Roleplay Public Radio. We're playing Eclipse Phase tonight. It's an RPPR Patreon game. Patreon.com/RPPR. And the title of the scenario is going to be Let's Rob the Jovians, because that's hopefully what the players wind up doing. We have three patrons here tonight. Let's see here. Let's start with Will, who is playing a custom-made character.
Ooh, yeah. Hi. Hey, folks. I'm Will. I'm playing Mr. Samdi, AGI info broker and drone shenanigan expert.
And next up, we have Brownie.
Hi. Tonight I'll be playing Burke. It's a synthmorph who's angry, shooty, slashy.
And finally, we have Daniel.
Hi, I'm playing Pivo. He's an octopus uplift, and he's a reclaimer, and he really likes profit, so this should be good.
Yep. So
no one suspects a thing.
So you're all a criminal trio. We'll say you're based right now in Val's New Shanghai, the largest city in all of transhumanity, and the entire solar system, and presumably the universe. 37 million souls call it home, or at least a place where they're currently staying. And you are all have been called here by a mutual associate that you all have, an avian uplift, who is a drug dealer, but has a secret job. But his real job is that he is a math tutor at the Mathnasium for Hypercorp elite children, and he is Steven Squawking. He finds out that the teens really love the drugs, and so it's a good way to be able to talk to them and sell them all the drugs. But no one suspects the uplift of being the drug dealer. So he has a lot of contacts. He's a very weird person, but he is contacted you. So you're all in a private, secure symbol space, just floating around as Steven Squawking, who is in his corporate, in his unauthorized avatar, for his double life, as which is we'll say a pterodactyl with a punk motif, tattooed images, anarchy symbols, clothespins, and places you didn't think could go on a pterodactyl.
Does he have a mohawk on top of his crest? Because that would be good.
His crest does look very mohawk-ish.
Okay.
Very stylized.
How avant-garde.
Yeah. So he says, look, I've got a job for you, and I know work's been a little slow for you, but this is sort of a long, this is going to be, this is not like an overnight kind of gig, but it could potentially be very profitable. You see, I have a friend in the outer system, an AGI who goes by the name Asteroid. He's really into the occult and symbolism, and that's why he chose this demon name or whatever. But nice guy. Works on freighters as a pilot and a systems engineer. Anyway, his ship has been hijacked by a space pirate gang, the Chrome Legion. The Chrome Legion has covertly taken it over, so nobody knows that it's hijacked. But and they spaced the entire crew, of course. But Astaroth managed to hide out in the server, in the mainframe of the ship, so they don't know he's on there. And he's been able to send out some messages. He's been spying on the pirates, and he's been eavesdropping on them. And it turns out the space pirates are being real sneaky about this, because they're trying to do this deal with some Jovians. And apparently the plan is that the two groups are going to meet at this station, this minor habitat in the main belt called No Warranty. The Jovians are bringing a cargo of Titan technology. It's not specified beyond that, but apparently the Chrome Legions have a buyer for it, and are acting as middlemen to transport it. I'm as surprised as you are that the Jovians are doing this, but I guess they need creds as much as anybody. So Astaroth obviously needs help being rescued because he doesn't want to get deleted. And the Jovians have a cargo full of extremely valuable Titan tech, or there's a lot of other possibilities here too. For example, because of the timetables involved, we have enough time to get you to the no warranty before the deal happens, so you could set up something. If you could actually capture one of these Jovians and force them into an ego bridge to scan their brain. That could brains full of all kinds of juicy secrets. Now, these people are probably not going to have cortical stacks so you can't just shoot them and fucking grab the stacks later. I know that's what you're thinking, so don't do that if you're planning that. There's another thing too, is the Chrome Legion are a notorious space pirate gang. I know you may not be paying too much attention to crime out there, but each of them have sizable bounties on their head. And the members that are on that ship, you can get their egos. You can make a nice bounty just on that. And they do have cortical stacks. So, although they might have kill switches if their morphs get disabled. So again, if you want their egos, you probably should not blow up their morphs. And of course, you could also just get evidence of this. Be real sneaky about this and blackmail both groups. I can set something up, dead drops and all that, I'm sure it would be a nice payday. Of course, then we'd have Jovians and the Chrome Legion looking for us to try and shut us up. So, I bet they're probably gonna. But if we, kill everybody and there's no witnesses on no warranty, then yeah, the Titan tech alone, a big cargo like that being shipped from the Jovians, that's probably worth millions of credits to the right buyer. And I know some people here on Mars who are real interested in Titan tech. I mean, all those people raiding the Mumbai quarantine zone. I mean, that's like just fucking table scraps compared to the feast like this. Obviously both groups are going to be heavily armed, paranoid, and you're going to be in an isolated habitat in the middle of the fucking main belt, millions of kilometers away from a long fucking way from the nearest help or backup. So, what do you say? You three in?
Well, Steven, are you sure this isn't a typo of titanium cargo? You're sure it was Titan?
No, it's Titan's tech.
There's not a missing eye in there somewhere?
No.
Okay.
The Jovians and Chrome Legion wouldn't be going to all this length to fucking get Titan tech. I mean, that's why they're going to a place like No Warranty. No Warranty doesn't have much in the way of scanners or shit like that. There's only like 7 listed people on that fucking as the population on that habitat. So, if something
unique egos or total egos?
Unique egos.
Well, I'm in.
All right.
Oh yeah, I'm in.
I'm
Okay.
in for a clean wipe.
Great. So we need to talk about No Warranty. Here's what I know about it. It's a failed asteroid mining operation. A string of technical errors, both user and equipment, and run of bad luck and some embezzling ended the corporation that bought it and tried to mine it out for resources. So it's got a bunch of machinery. It's kind of a half-assed beehive habitat in an asteroid. Let's see. It's an S type, I believe, if you want to look that up.
I happen to know that.
So pretty rocky. It's used as a fueling station, gas station essentially for passing freighters. That's how they make their money, how they survive, get supplies and shit. There's 2 listed AGI owner operators. One is just called innkeeper and one is just called sheriff. Then there is the occupants who called the Untouched Hedge. 5 it's a commune of some kind. They're real interested in gardening, like actual plants and shit. And they like their privacy. So there's any given time there's 5 members of this commune on there tending some private garden in the center of the asteroid. So you could try and I do know, for example, that the Untouched Hedge has they make routine runs to the habitat to switch out members and bring new supplies and seeds and shit like that. So you could try and go undercover there. There's of course passing cargo ships. You could also charter with something like this. If you call it some favors, we could charter our own ship, try and make some kind of stealth insert. Or we could try and negotiate with sheriff and innkeeper about getting them in on this. You know, they take a cut, obviously, but I'm sure they don't want Titan tech covertly smuggled through their station. That shit's kind of dangerous, and I doubt they're in on it now. It doesn't really strike their MO. Yeah. Innkeepers apparently escaped from some MMO. It's just a AGI on the AGI that the corporation didn't bother to. Well, they got they have a small bounty on them from the hypercorp that programmed them, but it's not really worth going to middle of fucking nowhere to get it. Sheriff, no one knows much about. All that is known is that Sheriff has a Reaper morph, and that seems to be enough to keep people in line. Plus a couple automated defense systems. But, you know, Chrome Legion and Jovians are heavy hitters, so he wouldn't stand a chance if things went to shit. But that's where you 3 come in. So you got time. He gives you time scale in plot months. So
Plot months.
Yeah, so you have time to get out there. Oh, they also have a forecasting facility, so you could actually forecast there. But it's only really used for emergencies, so they don't have much there in terms of morphs. I don't even think they have any biomorphs. I think they have a couple. Maybe they might have some pod morphs and some synth morphs, but that's about it. So, and of course, you'd have to fab any equipment there and under their watchful eyes. And I don't know what kind of resources they have. It's a pretty poor station.
Is there any of the original mining equipment still on the station?
Yeah, it is. As far as I from public records, it seems most of it's been repurposed for use. Very little of the station has life support, but they've repurposed mining equipment to sort of reshape the habitat, the tunnels, and whatnot. So,
surprised what you can do with mining equipment. If push came to shove, I'm sure we could press something into service.
Yeah, but if you do that, you're probably going to be trashing those people's homes.
Yeah.
So, which is fine with me. Just you're the one who's going to have to deal with them. So, in character, you'll have lots of options. You can do groundwork to kind of figure out what you want to do. You can. The first challenge is actually getting there, and so you can ask questions about what you want to do. What would be the best approach? You can sort of hedge your bets. You can also fork yourselves and do all of the above. What do you want to do? Brownie, do you have any Burke, sorry. Do you have any questions or thoughts?
Well, it sounds like a space truck shop with an herb garden. With our contacts, we shouldn't have any trouble just hitching a ride in and staying under the radar.
Yeah, you could do that. There have been temporary occupants. People have stayed there for a couple of months. Basically hitchhikers or truckers who hitch a ride there, then get dropped off and wait for the next vessel coming to pick them up. Spacers are used to the inconvenience because of the long times and distances involved. So, yeah, they have they have temporary accommodations for more people, but the permanent inhabitants are 7. So, that's an option. Daniel?
I was just thinking, we have to, I think, we should just hitch a ride. I don't know. I think AGIs are comrades. We should try to get Innkeeper and Sheriff on our side, whatever we do.
Also, this is your time to do research on the opposition. The Chrome Legion and the Jovians. You only know what the Chrome Legion knows about the Jovian buyers. You don't even have all that because the Astaroth was not able to get everything. But you do have the Jovian the ship that is coming, that the Jovians are going to be on board, which is another freighter, and you have its call sign and all that data. So you could try and look into that. I would say you would know that there are places in this city you could use to get more information about the Jovians. You could pull a job to try and get that data first to learn more about them, or you could try and get more information on the Chrome Legion, or both. So give you a better sense of what kind of opposition you would get.
Is there any way that I mean, just my I know Titan machines pretty well. Could I do some sort of like a no Titan machines roll? Just have some idea like what people would be buying or selling, like what they're dealing with, like.
Sure.
Cool.
Give me a roll.
All right. R1D100. That's a fail. That's an 87.
Okay. Would flipping that help?
No, it would not.
Okay. Off the top of your head, you don't know. I'll say for free, you do know that you've heard a lot of rumors and gossip that there are the Jovians, of course, have the largest space fleet in the solar system, and every space fleet has their own sort of covert arm. So it's not it would not be impossible for a Jovian spy or commando team operating, in clandestine terms, to maybe make an arms deal. So the other thing, of course, Jovians are still like really believe in capitalism and making money, and a ruthless, hypocritical Jovian who says he's against Titan technology but secretly selling it to gain money, that wouldn't be unheard of either.
Sure.
Each is plausible to you, but you wouldn't know if this is like some rich asshole who found a cache of it and is selling it for a quick buck, or if it's some group of someone from the fleet trying to make some sort of arms deal, perhaps trading weapons technology with another group. So making the Jovians even more dangerous. Yeah.
Sorry, Edna, go ahead.
So yeah, that's what you can get. But you can also contact. You do know people in the city that would help. There are Jovian dissidents who have escaped from the Jovian Republic. There are also people who do business with the Jovians. So you could try and find one of them and get information from them. But that has dangers, of course. Yeah.
Sure.
All right. Let's see here. So Samedi, Mr. Samdi?
Samdi, Mr.
Yep.
Samdi. Who might I know that would have had dealings at the Jovian Republic?
Okay. Do you want to make a G-Rep check or do you want to make a skill check?
G-Rep isn't.
Or any kind of rep check might work with this, depending on context. Like
what about a research check? Maybe I could look up some names that I may have heard in passing.
Oh, research? Yeah. Give me a research check.
All right. Let's see who I might know that might know someone.
Mm-hmm. It also depends on what kind of information you want specifically.
43 on 80 is a success.
Okay. What specific kind of information do you want about the Jovians?
I want somebody who would have an in as far as... No, hold on. I want somebody who might have an idea of what kind of people or organizations in the Jovian Republic that could fly under the radar would have the resources to do something as audacious as stealing Titan tech.
Okay. Yeah, you do know somebody. Do you have any G-Rep?
I have 25 G-Rep.
There's actually so you've heard of and you know of a person who operates in New Shanghai, who goes by the nickname Silence, who seems to know a lot about the Jovian Republic, especially how their military operates, and how their corporations who do business with the rest of the solar system work. So Silence is a hitman, an assassin, and but
a dying profession in the age of transhumanism.
I mean, not really. It's kind of more like a leg breaker now.
Yeah, I guess it would be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Organic damage.
Yeah. I mean, he's basically a violent person who will do things for money. So, like,
My kind of man.
yeah. So, Silence would be willing to give you that information, but you would have to pay him or do a favor.
Everybody wants something. What does Mr. Silence want? And I, of course, am in the business of knowing what anyone wants.
Yeah. So, Silence usually, you do know that he has asked other people in the past to help him set up safe houses or caches. So like usually, he doesn't have any one person do any one thing. So he has one person set up, like they're very mysterious tasks, like get this type of equipment or get this fodder for a fabber and deliver it here. A lot of sort of, deniable errands, so he can set up, untraceable, weapons caches and shit like that. So probably he would ask you to pick up package X and deliver it to place Y, but these sort of errands often have complications.
I can see how having deniable asset caches would be useful for someone in his profession.
Mhm.
Is there an unusual degree to the rate at which he's setting these up?
You have no idea. You don't know. I mean, you've heard of these, like a couple of instances of these happening. You don't
I
know.
also happen to have 25 points in another reputation network. I'm going to
Okay.
cross-reference and see if he's on as well. This one starts with an F.
Fame rep.
No.
That is F rep is.
Excuse me. Starts with an I.
Oh, I rep. You do have I rep.
Yeah, I'm going to cross-check him, see if he's on the I.
You have to make a check for that. Yeah. So rep, the way
That
it
sounds
works.
fun. I'm going to do that.
All right. So the way this works is reps are basically treated like skills, and it's the type of favor you'd have to ask. So this would be a minor favor, so you get a +10 to your roll. So roll your I rep +10.
Okay, I rep +10. Oof, no dice.
All
Not
right.
even if I flip it.
Yeah, you are not authorized for this.
Authorize this. I
Yep.
mean, thank you. All right, well, just mildly curious.
So
All
you
right,
can
so we
contact Silence, and he will give you that information, but he'll ask you to do an errand for him.
I'm okay doing an errand for Silence. What do you guys think?
I mean, so long as we get to kill some Jovians, that sounds great. So I mean, we can talk to somebody who knows about the Jovians.
This man has his priorities straight. I like that.
All right. So, sorry. Yeah.
Since you mentioned it, I'm probably in tighter with Silence than either of you guys.
Probably, yeah.
I mean, you've definitely heard of him as another, violent person for hire in this city, with a good reputation, and that by good I mean like effective. It's like, how many John Wicks worth are you?
What? We don't have the wick wall anymore.
It's kind of a standard of unit of measurement now. Like he's worth 2.5 wicks. That kind of thing. So, yeah, you contact him. You get you contact his anonymous mesh drop. You get back package X is at this location. Deliver it to coordinates Y. Coordinates Y Y are without being seen. Yeah. And data will be delivered upon confirmation of the deposit. So you get to the location pretty easily, or the two of you who have physical bodies. Mr. Samdi, I imagine you're watching through the guardian angel that's following the two characters.
Yeah, the guardian angel and any public spine feeds I can get access to.
Yeah. Well, it's a hypercorp control thing, so there aren't many.
What if I pay?
You can pay. That would be a minor C-rep favor.
Never mind.
Yep. Yeah, if you want premium, fucking scrub. Yeah.
You could hack it.
My own feet. Yeah, I could. I don't want to just hack anything.
Yeah. I
That's-
mean,
That's a
everything's
dangerous road to go down.
Yeah, that's a post skill check territory. That's nice. So it's a robotic, basically a cargo pallet with treads, and there is a large pallet of containers. There are industrial hazard symbols on them. So does anybody have a hardware, any sort of knowledge skill about chemistry or materials or anything like that?
Would scavenging apply?
Yep. Go and give me scavenging check.
Okay.
Could we look these symbols up on Space OSHA?
You get a bunch of chemical names, and you can't really. It's
Fair
technically
enough. We get the chemical names, we just don't know what they mean. Yeah, fair
Yeah.
enough.
I got scavenging. I got 20. Which is definitely good enough.
okay. These are a mixture of accelerants and acids. It's
Fun.
yeah. Anybody have demolitions? I don't know if that's still a skill. I think.
I do actually.
All right, give me demolitions.
Demolitions. Okay. Yep, 15. Got that as well.
Okay. So you actually look on the cargo pallet and you can notice it's sort of been a slightly altered, and you realize this is essentially a giant, sort of improvised. It's a bomb made out of a bunch of industrial chemicals. So
it's a space fertilizer bomb.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. This would do a lot of damage to whatever it's parked next to. You look up on the coordinates and you can see it is parked onto not a vital part of infrastructure, but definitely is going to cause disruption in services to an area of about 20 square blocks, and behind a lightly guarded area. So you'd have to get through a fence. The most direct path is to remove a section of fence, or you have to drive it through a warehouse and open 2 doors. One to get in, one to get out. But this is one that would have security of some kind. There would be some AGI monitoring security cameras, some sort of guardian angel drone flying around with a weapon mount, probably a kinetic submachine gun on it. And obviously, if there's any problems, it would, they would call a response team in, a corporate security team in. So, he wants you to help him bomb the city, essentially.
Well, that escalated quickly.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just infrastructure, right? I mean, you can build more infrastructure.
We're already rationalizing. Great. It's amazing.
So if you do this, you'll get inside info on the Jovians, and especially how their Titan arms dealers would act.
I mean, I'm for this. You guys, what do y'all think?
Consequentialism. Yeah, I'm in.
Jack in and let's roll.
Okay. So you can either call in a minor favor to rent a van to carry the cargo, or you can just sort of tell it to go this way. You're sort of in an industrial. You're not too far away from the site itself. You're sort of as close as you can be, where it wouldn't raise any questions. You're in another warehouse, so you could just command the thing to autopilot to there. It's basically a TF2 bomb thing. As long as you're telling it to move forward, it's going to go towards the objective. You can tell it to stop or back up or do anything else. It moves pretty slow though. So the main thing is, do you want to cut through the fence and get it there, or do you want to get through 2 doors in a warehouse that is probably active? There are probably going to be workers and work going on there.
I mean, fence sounds like the way to go, I think.
Are either of the two of you particularly good at face-to-face talking?
Only one way.
Only one way. What?
I'm as good at face-to-face talking as many of my octopus kind are. Not particularly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's sounding like the fence is the better option then. Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
So Harbor Robotics, can I use that to see if I can overload this thing's drive and speed it up and
Oh yeah, sure.
go on a little rampage?
Yeah, definitely.
07 under 50.
Okay, yeah. You can definitely double the speed, knowing that it would damage it in the long term, but obviously, who gives a shit? Yeah. Now you do realize your one thing is to not be seen, so you'd have to make some kind of hacking check to disable cameras for the area. Like I said, it's lightly guarded, so as long as you and you also have time, you could do a subtle intrusion, which would not give you any penalty to your roll. So you can.
I tend to favor the long game myself. Rather than hacking
and then somebody can just make a hardware check to cut open the fence. I think Pivo has like equipment for that.
I have disassembly tools. Is that sufficient?
Yep, that's it.
Okay.
Between that and the covert ops tool on my creepy, I'm sure we can get through a fence.
Yeah. I mean, he's literally pictured with a little blowtorch on his character sheet.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah. I would imagine that would be good. So why
don't we take our time? We map out where the cameras are. We chart a route around and through them and under the blind spots. Take our time. Get there nice and quiet.
Well, I mean, there's no way to get around the cameras entirely. You're definitely going to have to hack to disable them.
Okay. Well,
Like,
I guess I'll take the lead on that.
It's also the size of a cargo pallet, like loaded up, like it's about 2 meters tall. Well, it's like 1.5 meters tall. Like it's fairly conspicuous.
Yeah, that does stand out a bit. If we did have some kind of a vehicle, that would be less conspicuous. We'd at least get it to the fence, and then we'd really only had to worry about 1 or 2 cameras that happen to be watching the fence. We wait for a blind spot. If necessary, we take the cameras down for like the 10 seconds it takes to open a hole in the fence.
Yeah, that would reduce your exposure because you wouldn't, even with the double speed on the thing, it's still you have to pilot it, or you have to tell it to go to this place. You cut the fence down, it goes through. And presumably, if you have time, you could weld the fence back in place.
At this point, Perk is bouncing a space tink can off of her flex cutter like a golf player bounces a golf ball off a golf club. It's on the road.
Yep.
So how do we go about acquiring a space van?
That would be a minor favor, either C rep or G rep. Really, any rep network actually. Borrowing a van's pretty easy. G rep would be better though, because it would be a deniable van.
You guys have better than 25 G rep?
I got 50.
Yeah, I have 50 as well.
I'll mark a minor off on that.
Okay, go and make your roll with the +10 bonus because it's the minor one.
No, 68 over 60.
Okay. Let's see here. Okay, so with that, you're not quite able to do that. I will say, well, you didn't think about. Well, I'll be real nice and say you could have. Normally, it'd be before the roll, but you could have used it to get a +20 bonus before your roll. But so yeah, that's something to think about next time. So a van is not immediately apparent. You can try again as a moderate favor, which would be at base, no +10 bonus.
Could I throw a flex on that for the +20?
Sure can.
That's a good idea.
All right, I'll use a flex. Target is now 70.
Is this one of the checks that you can assist other characters on?
You can do it for skill checks, not in rep networks.
Not rep, okay.
Yeah. So you succeed, so you get a van, a deniable van.
And I marked up a moderate.
Yep. Let's see here. So
we gotta sell the space van with tinted windows.
All right, so now you just need to hack to make the window of security, the hole in security.
Well, I will take the lead on that,
and
we're not rushed.
Yeah, you're not rushed, so you can do it at base.
Okay. Can I take extra time?
I don't think extra time gives you a bonus on that.
Doesn't it? Oh.
Skill checks every minute gives you a plus something.
Hacking's a task action. Oh, for task actions, yeah, every 25% you increase the time frame gives a +10. So if I take half again as long, my target number is 95, which is pretty good. So hacking is usually like an hour or so, maybe say 2 hours of me extra stealthy. So 4 hours.
Yeah,
that's
a good point.
That's a long time. Maybe I should just do it at base.
Yeah, I don't know if you can do that more than once though. So you could do it once for an extra 15 minutes. 1/4 of an hour.
Okay.
But to get a +10 modifier. Also, Pivo has infosec at 50. And
Hacking buddies, like in
I have InfoSec
NCIS.
50 also.
I'll take
Yep.
the left side of the keyboard. You take the right side of the
Yeah.
keyboard.
Hell yeah.
exactly. So one helper character adds a +10 modifier, max +30, so +20.
Which brings my 75 InfoSec to 95.
All right.
Very good. Let's give it a go.
Mhm.
That is a success. 16 over 95.
All right. So it is an opposed check, though, because
Oh, that is correct. That is correct. That
you-
being the case, I'm going to spend a point of flex to make that a 61 over 95.
well, you don't have to because I just
I don't
rolled.
have to.
Yeah.
But I want to.
Okay, you get a superior success, which gives you enough time. So one person can make any hardware skill check to cut down the fence. I'll just one skill check to cut the fence out and then put it back in. So
I put a little clock up on the tack net that shows how long the window lasts.
I mean, I guess hardware industrial would work for that, right?
and Pivo can Bert can help you with that as well. So
Cool.
Sure.
Samdi, you cannot help because you do not have a body, and your guardian angel definitely is not equipped for that.
That is true. I
Yeah.
will help in spirit.
Yep.
Cool. Well, I was successful. I got a 58 under, I guess 90 if I was helped by somebody.
So with that 58, which is again a superior success, you even think to edit the because you have security status, or because you have actually you could have spent that point of flex to get admin status.
Ooh,
And
better actually. Yeah.
yeah, with that, you can basically edit in the cargo palette to be saying like edit the records of the warehouse to say that's a legitimate piece of cargo. So like
Yes.
that's yeah.
Mesh ID. I like it.
So eventually, like normally they would like, where the fuck did that pallet come from? But now they're like, oh, I don't remember moving that in there.
Oh, Phil must have signed that in.
Yeah. Exactly. It's a busy warehouse. There's people moving in and out. But yeah, you just slide it in, cut the fence, slide it in, weld the fence back in, and drive away. The perfect crime. So Silence contacts you all, and again, sort of a text-based kind of server. Thank you for that. That was quite slick. I appreciate it. I was not planning to activate it until timing was right. And by doing it so stealthily, you have made my job easier. So
Please,
I'm
Mr. Silence. The less we know, the better for the both of us.
Well, I'm only telling you what you can. Your expertise already tells you. So you want to know about Jovian? Jovian. How did you frame your question out of character?
I wanted to know about movers and shakers in the Jovian Republic who would have the resources to pull off a heist of Titan tech under the radar.
So, there is the Special Intelligence Secretariat, the SIS. It's part of the Jovian fleet. It's their covert arms. They specialize in. They have a high priority to acquire Titan weapons technology because they want to essentially destabilize as many other habitats as possible. Anyone that they essentially want to destroy every other habitat in the solar system aside from the Jovian Republic, and they see Titan's weapon technology as the best way to do that. They have also been known, of course, corruption is known within the military, especially without oversight. So there are some profiteers. There's also the idea that they would be willing to trade weapons technology that they've already used and studied to acquire others' Titan weapon technology from another someone here. And there are, of course, many corporations here trying to study Titan's weapon technology. So you're probably dealing with a group of commandos who are in flats, but are heavily armed, trained, and use a lot of combat drugs to enhance themselves, heavy weapons, battle suits, and there is a weapons program that they use for their field teams that are informally known as freaks. Are you familiar with the phenomenon of asyncs?
I might
I think I've heard of it in passing.
Asyncs are egos infected with a so-called benign version of the exurgent virus, the Watts-McCloud virus. This gives them the ability to live and act as normal people, but unsettling abilities. When the Jovian Republic captures an async, they turn them over, then use psychosurgery to recondition their behavior, personality, and then turn them into essentially living weapons. They're also good for experimental testing out experimental weapons that they find. So you're dealing with a small group of flats who are utterly conditioned, utterly believe in their cause, and if they're maybe equipped with an async who is armed with even more experimental weapons. So yes.
Great.
But they would be small in number. And again, they don't use certain technologies for themselves. They'd have to use drugs just to live in microgravity for long periods of time because they probably wouldn't even have the basic biomods that prevent human frailties in low gravity, in zero gravity, such as bone frailty and whatnot. So very jacked up on drugs. So they're going to be actually fairly young and fanatical, as this is not a mission with a long survival rate. So wherever they are, wherever you're meeting these people, don't feel bad for them, and don't consider them pushovers. They're going to be carrying heavy military grade weapons and armor, and probably at least one battle suit, which is out of character. If you look it up, it's in the vehicle section.
Yeah,
so
battle suits are a big deal.
Yeah, they're full on power armor, so it would be easily able. Well, it would not easily be able, but it would definitely be able to handle a Reaper morph. So, depending on the weapon loadout. So yes, he gives you so he gives you this information. Is there anything else you want to know?
I have things that concern me, but nothing that Mr. Silence probably has answers for.
Okay. Yeah, so that's who you're facing. So you do know that the Jovian Republic's this is a deniable team, so you can't really blackmail the Jovians with it, but you could blackmail whoever's on the other end of the team. So if you can get access to the Chrome, so anybody who's making a deal with a Jovian Black Ops team is going to it's going to be so hugely embarrassing. You actually realize, actually, if somebody was to spend a point of insight or flex, I could give you another clue.
I could spend a point of insight.
Okay. So you don't know, you're not a super expert on the markets, but you realize if you don't even need to blackmail them. If you can just reveal what happens and figure out which corporation was making a deal with a Jovian Black Ops team for Titan weapon technology, you could actually make a fortune by just shorting their stocks ahead of time. You could just tank the corporation doing this.
That's amazing.
By fucking revealing the truth. So
This sounds like a good idea.
So you don't technically. So all you'd have to do is get access to the Chrome Legion ship and some of them to get indisputable proof that of who the buyer is. You don't, and so maybe not even intervening directly, but just spying on the whole thing. So that's another option, and that could also be hugely profitable because you'd have to call in favors in order to invest enough to short this company at a time and do it in a plausible way that it doesn't look like you're the one who set it up. But you have a couple months at least, so you have time to do that if that's the angle you want to pursue. But in this case, you kind of just ignore the Jovians and focus on the Chrome Legion and get the info from them.
Find out who they're representing.
Yeah. Because you do have an inside person on the ship, the AGI Astaroth, who's hiding out.
Does our friend Astaroth know how many of the Chrome Legion are on the ship?
There are 7 synth morphs and 2 pod morphs on the ship. He doesn't know. He doesn't have full access to the sensors, so he doesn't know how. It's only a ship manifest kind of thing. So he doesn't even know if some of those are backup morphs. he's detected at least 3 active people constantly interfacing with the ship.
Oh.
So I've been thinking, bouncing an idea around for force multiplication, but it would require potentially some hacking and maybe some faking of documents of communications. Would you be able to do something like that, Samdi?
That sounds right up my alley.
So I think we should have a poison pill ready to go that makes the Chrome Legion think that the Jovians are going to betray them, because we know Jovians don't like anything that isn't pink and squishy. So that if, when it goes loud, we have, at least for a little while, people on our side, help take down that battle suit and thin their numbers if we have to take out both sides.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, there is the fact that there's a big cargo container of fucking Titan weapons tech floating
Yeah,
around.
watch your fire when that happens.
Well, I mean, it would be kind of good to like take out both groups and like make sure no one can profit from that if you're idealistic, unless you want to take it for yourself.
No, thank you.
All right, fair enough.
No, thank you.
But it's real profitable. It's fun.
I'm sure it is, but
yeah,
some things just you don't even touch. Ending human civilization is bad for business.
Well, that's because they were screwed up. They screwed up the first time, but they'll get it right this time.
No.
Yeah.
Quiet Muse.
So are you willing to fake a betrayal, Samdi?
Yeah, I think I could come up with something.
Okay, like
I probably would need a mesh ID to spoof, first of all. But I can set up. What can I set up in advance though? Probably nothing.
We want the Chrome Legion to think the Jovians have betrayed them,
or are planning to as soon as they get the goods.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking.
Actually, I will say. Actually, science gives you some information, some additional information, including the ability to some like old mesh IDs and data that he had. And so with that, you could, with the right skill check, fake a message that's supposed to that looks like it was an encrypted message sent to the Jovians, but accidentally unencrypted, that says upon reception of payment, eliminate Chrome Legion and retrieve cargo from Jovian Special Intelligence Secretariat, under Secretary of Vice Admiral. Bleh. Bleh. It'll be helpful if I could talk.
There, Ross?
So yeah.
So you could send a message that says "Kill the Chrome Legion."
I like the in the pale moonlight turn the scenario is taking.
Yeah.
Let's fake this reply all.
Okay.
I also think we should probably tell the Chrome Legion all the info we have about the Jovians, because this Jovian group sounds like it might like add to the message, maybe some facts about their deployment, because they sound kind of hard to kill. And I wouldn't mind if our space pirates were prepared as much as they could be for a battle suit and a evil.
We don't know much about the Chrome Legion, so you could do some research on that next. Actually,
that's probably
so do the poison pill first. That would what skill do you want to use for that?
Well, Samdi's whole wheelhouse actually is sociology, psychology, and statistical modeling as it pertains to human behavior.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm wondering if with these old mesh IDs, with the little bits that I have, if I could dig around, assemble some kind of a bare bones psychological profile just to make the wording, the phrasing sound correct.
Okay, you can just make make a skill check with one of those skills, and that'll phrase the message. It will make a plausible message. We don't have to get.
Let's make that
plot months take extra time.
Yeah,
and a flex point for plus 20 for a target number of 85. A 23 on 85 is a success.
Okay, so that succeeds. Then just give me an infosec check with a plus 20 bonus, because your friends are all helping you to fake the damaged encryption, basically.
All right, fake the encryption, make the
a plausible fuck up in encryption. Yeah.
All right.
Just make it look like a fascist accident.
Oh fuck!
Flying all.
It's a 99.
Well, you can spend a point of flex or insight to make
it a regular failure.
So you realize it's a fuck up.
Yep.
So yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
I realize you can't really do it yet. You have to get info. You have to sort of scan the Jovian network to sort of get some more technical data to make it seem plausible. So you can make one more skill check when you actually get a chance after you get a chance to get some data from the ships.
All right.
So the
Put a
second
pin in that.
well, so remember that you have that, but the other thing is also you need a technical requirement, which means you need to send the signal in space so that it hits both the Chrome Legion and Jovian ship. Because the idea is that Chrome Legion just accidental. It's like the messenger sit. It wasn't
You know what? The
yeah.
thing to do would be to wait until just as the Chrome Legion are making their docking approach, because then it could plausibly be, oh well, the message beam just happened to pass near to their antenna.
Right, but you need a source out in space away
Yeah.
from the station.
Either in Jovian orbit or far enough away that you can't tell from parallax that it's not coming from Jupiter.
Yeah. So so that would probably be there are other stations you could send that from. So you could fork yourself to another mining station or way station or another ship. But you'll have to call in another favor to send out, hey, can you send a message when I tell you, can you send a message just like towards, send this message out? So
I have a thought as to how to accomplish that, but I want to
Yeah.
check something.
Or-
so somebody else can have the spotlight for a few minutes.
or you
while I
can
check.
fabricate like a small satellite and shoot it out and then just control it yourself, basically a modified version of a guardian angel or whatever. Because yeah. So anyway, so you have that partially done. So researching the Chrome Legion. You can all make research checks if you have it.
Knowledge criminals.
Knowledge criminals would work very well.
26 under 50.
Okay. So that's a regular success. So the Chrome Legion are space pirate gangs. They are mostly known for working in the outer system, but that includes the main belt is sort of the boundary between the inner and the outer system. So they've certainly been spotted in the main belt before. They are called that because they are obsessed with a pre-fall Earth subculture that was there was a whole series of media about a fictional post-apocalyptic apocalypse where people drove land vehicles all around and dressed up in ramshackle armor and fought each other on top of these fossil fuel burning vehicles. And they model themselves after the one of the notorious group of villains in this fictional series called the Chrome Legion, which was known for having armor made out of scrap metal that was polished brightly, shiny in chrome. So they have been in a feud with another gang, space pirate gang called Ned Kelly's Own, which has their own outlandish armor design. So they're known for wearing combat armor of custom design whenever they want to be known. And they also kill people who imitate their armor. Like they put out bounties on somebody on Locust who is just wearing the armor for fun, for a costume party essentially. And they someone threw him out of space. Later he was thrown out of a space airlock for some reason. So they take it very seriously. But yeah, deep space pirate, unknown home base somewhere in the outer system. Very, very violent. And they are known to have access to military grade weapons. They have their own Faber and pirated designs for rail guns, and they don't have problems with Sentinel too. So they would if they probably could take down a battle suit, but like it would be a very close battle. This is another heavily armed gang. They mostly take down deep space ships. And they fucking literally pirate them. And they also hang out in the outer system where their rivals are ex-humans and ultimates.
You just said the same thing twice, right?
I was gonna say.
Hey-o.
Actually, remember the ultimates still want to look human. They don't want to turn into fucking
Just not on the
xenomorphs.
inside.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Oh,
Also, ex-humans aren't really fascists. Is that would require them to have an ideology other than eat, kill, fuck. So
oh. I'm not sure who got burned there, but somebody did.
yeah. So yeah. So this is another group of psychos, and well, I mean these are psychos. These are not like ideological fanatics. They are, you know, eat, murder, kill, murder, kill, death, rather, type people.
I thought it was
So-
eat, kill, fuck.
Yeah, something like
There you
that.
Oh, it's all one and the same.
Nobody knows much about the inner workings of the gang, just this outer front that they put on. So they have pretty high bounties. Cause they, you know, most space pirate gangs actually attack automated mining vessels and shit like that because those are easier prey. The Chrome Legions is believed to have been responsible for wiping out a couple of Brinker habitats, including the so-called Amish Mafia in the outer system.
The what?
Just a group of people trying to live like the Amish, but inside an asteroid. But you know, so they're pretty heavily armed, so they were informally known as the Amish Mafia. But someone spaced their habitat, you know, killed all their cyber cows.
Ross, remind me sometime to tell you about the Mennonite Mafia.
I'm kind of aware of it.
Okay, good.
Like, it's kind of a real world thing too. Like,
I know
Amish
it is.
Mafia-
I'm well familiar with it.
yeah. So Missouri has Mennonites and Amish. So anyway. Anyway, so yeah, so
Yeah.
it's another. So these people are unstable and violent, but you know they'll do shit for money. So somebody set up a really high end deal with this, and it would be the perfect deal if you didn't know about it. You know, they would have gotten away with it too. But yeah, so
More for that avian uplift.
yep,
We got to get these weirdos to kill each other.
I think I'm more and more I'm starting to think that is the ideal option. We get them to kill each other someplace out of line of fire from the box full of Titan goodies. And the box full of Titan goodies goes straight to the sun. Wait, no, that might make it worse. We'll figure out what to do with the box of Titan goodies later.
sell it, of course.
I know some things you just don't fuck with.
All right,
Sure.
I'm as singularity seeking as the next artificial intelligence, but some things, some boxes you just don't open.
So the easiest way to get Chrome Legions angry is to bring up their hated rivals, Ned Kelly's own. So if you made them think that the Jovians were allied with them, or if the Ned Kelly's own actually just showed up on the station, that could cause a massive battle that would just it would cause a lot of damage.
What could bring Ned Kelly's own to? I had the name here open a second ago.
Yeah. No
warranty.
Well, the Ned Kelly Zones, you can give me another checks for that. Knowledge criminal, Burke.
Not my forte. Somebody else got that?
I have knowledge cartels and knowledge black markets.
Pirates are cartels.
Yeah.
I can do a knowledge criminal too.
And they deal in
All right.
black
Yeah.
markets.
Burke, give me the roll first.
20 under 50.
All right. So Ned Kelly's own are Australian expats for the most part. They have customized armor. They're not quite as psychotic as the Chrome Legion, preferring to prey on automated vessels and that kind of thing. But they are pretty belligerent and have made a lot of enemies in the outer system. So they're people who are just too violent and unstable to settle down and love the space pirate's life too much. They have basically declared war on the Chrome Legions because these assholes are even worse than we are. They are there's actually contacts you can talk to of Ned Kelly's own. Of course, they are violent criminals, so if you bring them into the mix, they're gonna try and look ways. They're gonna be unpredictable, and so like they could try and, if they know about the Titan tech, they'll try and take it for themselves to sell. They aren't above that.
Yeah, they sound a little bit difficult or dangerous to bring in, but we could bake that into the poison pill too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could get information to fake to impersonate them. Yeah. You could even like sleep. You could actually, make a fake Ned Kelly's own gang member and have him show up on the station, or several, and make it look like fake it. So you have enough information that you could, do that. Make your own Ned Kelly's own.
That sounds easier than I mean. I want to get these weirdos shooting at each other, but like we don't necessarily want a third criminal organization involved with this.
No, let's
Like,
not
if we could
overcomplicate things.
Yeah, if we could just fake them being there, if we could just get enough information to just put some stand-ins in just to get the gun shooting, that might be the best.
Okay. So how do you want to create the fakes? Do you want to get some morphs or some drones or whatever, put them on a ship and get it to no warranty? Do you want to farcast there and manufacture whatever you can there? There are advantages and disadvantages to each. So those would probably be your two best ways. Bring your own bandits. B-O-B. B-O-Y. Yeah. B-Y.
What if?
Yeah. Sorry.
If the Chrome Legion thought that, because we had discussed the possibility of faking a betrayal by the Jovians, what if we lead the Chrome Legion to believe that the Jovians have that gone behind their back and made a deal with Ned Kelly's own? We then somehow fake a Ned Kelly's own ship on approach to dock, transmitting, being like, "Hey, we brought the money," or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Well, you need a ship.
We would need a ship, or we would need something that looks like a ship.
I mean, yeah, that would actually be, that would be more to fake than just having some people on the station.
Yeah, maybe.
Because it's
although,
yeah,
really, all you'd have to fake is the sensor telemetry.
Well, I mean, you would either have to hack. You'd have to hack. I mean, faking that is actually pretty hard unless you're just hacking.
Unless you happen to know the people who own the habitat.
Mm-hmm.
You guys see where I'm going with this?
Yeah. So you're trying to get the people no warranty on your side.
I think so. Because I'm putting myself in their shoes for a second. If I run a truck stop, a space truck stop, and I get wind that somebody's bringing Titan tech there to do an illicit deal to my station, I don't want anything to do with that. I don't want people to think that I want anything to do with that. In fact, I want the opposite. I want a reputation of having zero tolerance for Titan bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
So, do we have anything we could present to Innkeeper and Sheriff that somebody is going to be dealing some weapons of space destruction in their backyard, threatening their livelihoods and everything they've built?
I mean, aside from everything you have right now,
yeah, is everything we have right now convincing?
I mean, it's pretty convincing.
I mean, I guess we're convinced, so I guess it's pretty convincing.
Yeah, it's pretty convincing, especially So it would be enough to convince them. Probably you'd probably still need to make a skill check or two.
Of course.
Yeah,
wouldn't be much of a game if we didn't.
Yeah. So yeah. How do you want to talk to them? I mean, the thing is, they're too far for you to like mesh to them. So you have to. You can't farcast there. You could send someone to farcast with all that data.
Mars to the asteroid belt, on average, is what, 6 hours round trip light speed?
I mean, I haven't calculated it out. I have to get Ribword out.
That sounds about right, though.
It's a couple hours. It's hours. I know that. Okay, so what if I go and shake hands?
Yeah,
I'll go as the ambassador.
All right, that sounds good. What we should do that as well, and probably even first. But now that our plan is sort of like shaping up to like, honest to God, let's get these guys to kill each other, and let's get the station itself to help us do it. maybe in addition, we should really go hard into this because I want the profits. See, into this shorting.
I like the stock shorting plan. I really like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we could do a lot of this without getting our hands particularly dirty. We get them to fight each other.
Yeah.
We fight them financially. We profit. They die. The station doesn't have to worry about Titan stuff insofar. I mean, and if they do, oh well, that's their problem.
So one thing is the sooner you know what corporation to short, the better off you are, the more money you would make. So now you can communicate to Astaroth. Actually, I would say you could farcast AGIs there. So Mr. Samdi could actually go there.
Yeah, why don't I blast myself off to the ship?
Now the thing is, if you do any hacking, Astaroth has been very careful about what they are doing, because there's a ship full of pirates on it, and it only takes one detected errant transmission for them to like tear the ship apart and find out where you don't know exactly how Astaroth is hiding on there, because it's a fucking ship, and pirates are usually pretty good about essentially seizing control and making sure there's no latent things on there. So yeah.
A Farcast is a fairly high density data burst, so that would be difficult to mask.
I would say for the purposes of this game, you can Farcast there, but once you get there, hacking to get the data on the because it's not just hacking the ship itself, it's also hacking like the meshes, the implants of the members of the Chrome Legion to read the email and get that data without being detected. So that's sort of a high risk, high reward thing. Now, the other thing is you could, in order to get the information, I would say there would be, you could track down. There would probably, because this is a deal that is obviously originating on Mars. Like the buyer has to be based on Mars, based on where the station is. Like the Chrome Legion is picking it up and then delivering it to someone on Mars.
Could we get Astaroth to send us biometrics, kinesics, and gate data on the pirates that are on the ship that we could then cross-reference on
known members?
Yeah, known members of criminal gangs here on Mars.
Sure. I'd say that's some of the data he's already sent. So everybody can give me, I guess, kinesics checks or investigate. Is that still a skill?
I think investigate's a skill.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, it isn't, but kinesics is. It's all right. I got kinesics.
All right.
I'm pretty good at it. It's kind of my thing.
I guess. Could we just say he's rolling and I'm helping? I have it as well.
Yeah, if you have it as well, then yeah.
I have it as well, yes.
All right, that's a plus 10.
All right.
So target number and a 6 out of 60.
Okay. You locate one member of the Chrome Legion. So who is clearly forked himself. This must be the face that is negotiating the deal. Or at least you locate him from public databases. You know that this the Chrome Legion member known as Alpha Centauri. Yeah.
Boo.
Is on board the ship. Now you can then do another check to see if Alpha Centauri is here on New Shanghai, because again, there's 37 million people here, so that's a lot of people to check. So you could do it real fast if you hack into or pull a major favor to do a quick cross reference, or you could beat the feat. Now you can also you realize Titan weapons technology only has so many pyres, so you could find a Titan's arm dealer and try and figure out who would be organized. It's kind of an investigation thing. So
yeah.
Would Titan machines have something to do with knowing Titan machine buyers?
Yep, it would.
I guess I'll roll for that because I'm pretty good at that.
Cool.
I got an 18.
Okay, so you do know another arms dealer, kind of person who does the thing that you got caught for. So let's see here. There is a hacker with the sort of a freelancer. He has traded in weapons before. The Motivator. He has a very
Good name.
cheesy motivational speaker kind of persona that it only goes in symbol spaces with. But Motivator has a lot of some sort of high-end hacking AGI. But you could ask the Motivator to help you locate that, but that's going to be a major favor. Or you can, if you just want to outright with a skill check, or you're going to have to do something for the Motivator.
Maybe we could probably just do something for the Motivator.
What does he want? Everybody wants something.
And what does he want?
All right, so you contact the Motivator. He's like, "Hey, there's my
Oh my
favorite
God.
freelancers. How y'all doing tonight? I hope you're all motivated to make some money. Woo! You want to make some money? You want to make some money? You want to make some money? Or
His background a green screen. He's just like, do it.
yeah, a little bit. I need you to track someone down for me. Someone who owes me money. Oh no. Oh, but it's his loss is your profit. And do you want creds or information for that?
Well, information, of course.
Okay. All right. So you want to find somebody? I can find them for you. If they're in New Shanghai, I will know. But you got to find someone. You got to find this person and bring their stack back. Bring that stack back. There's something, fake screen with just like dozens of sort of virtual Vanna Whites going, bring that stack back. It's a freelance enforcer and gambling degenerate addict. You probably know him as Pipes. That's right. He uses custom flex bots to impersonate and hide as pipes and other parts of infrastructure.
Genius. Genius.
Too bad his pachinko habit is not as good as his innovations in stealth technology. So I have a sector where he is near the waterways. You need to go there, find Pipes, and bring back that stack.
All right. I'll pass the Motivator Alpha Centaur's mesh ID. He wants to get started, and then we'll be back when we found your pipey man.
All right. So you have so you do know with in general, you can just call Pipes out and try and hope that he'll come out and fight you. You could wander blindly through the tunnels and try and survive whatever ambush he would or you can try and come up with some other plan.
I mean, I can sneak through pipes and small holes pretty easily. If we could find out where he is, if I could,
okay.
If I could flush him out to run outside and get sort of like bullet slaughtered by you guys, that might work pretty well.
Well, I'm not so great in the bullet slaughtering, given that I'm a digital man with a couple little camera bots.
Well, your Guardian Angel has grenades. So.
Yeah, you have.
But the grenades are a contingency.
Yeah, well, this is a contingency.
Yeah.
I mean, if somebody can get me a weapon, I can fix it to the Guardian Angel.
Yeah, that's actually I think anybody with a pistol can. I think everybody starts out with.
Oh yeah, I can give you gun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have a gun? What kind of gun do you have?
It's a medium pistol firearm.
Cool. Yep. I will attach it to the Guardian Angel.
All right.
Chink.
Yep. I think pretty much all characters start out with a medium pistol.
The Infomorph gear package is the one that doesn't.
Oh yeah, fair enough. So Pivo, go ahead and give me an infiltration check.
Okay. Infiltration. That's so there's a major. I have it's 40 and then 50/70. I think
70 is when you have all your shit up. So like when you're in your octomorph with chameleon skin on. So
I am.
All right. So yeah, you're under 70.
Okay. So that's a 33.
Oh
wow.
Fuck.
Check him.
Actually, with the critical success, you not only sneak up on him, you get him. He is currently Pipes is currently he is a flex bot. He is in 3 little flex bots all put together, and they are currently doing some maintenance on each other. So you got him with his pants down. So So you, of course, you're all tack netted in. So Burke and Samdi, you're outside the not too far away, and you have his location. He's just down a few tunnels and off to the side in a small room. So Burke, you're the weapon. You're the. This is sort of your specialty. So you could, with a successful athletics checks, get there fast enough that you'd still be able to attack him. Get one attack before he could react. That would be the most, literally just parkouring down there super fast, and then just doing a point blank exchange with him. That's the way you're kind of like thinking about it. But if you want to try some other approach, you certainly could.
Half in game, half out of game. How strong is a flex bot? Because could I just beak it to death and then take the stack? Like how resilient are flex bots? Like I've snuck up on him. Could I just use my murder beak and just nom him?
I don't think your beak's gonna kill him.
Okay.
Your beak does like 1d10 damage.
Does 1d10, yes.
Yeah, that's not.
Okay.
It would, yeah, you'd have to get multiple critical hits with that to take him down.
Fair enough.
1d10 is not very much damage.
Fair enough.
It's like a punch. So Burke, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking a point of vigor to add to my athletics to get there and start the rumble.
Can I pull up maps from like the local infrastructure committee and like try and plot out the fastest possible route to?
No, you already have that. Like
Well,
Pivo did so well with the scouting that you have the maps and you're all tagging it in. Right. So Bert, go ahead and give me that roll for athletics.
Which I think in Eclipse phase is a critical.
That is a critical
success. I mean,
yeah. All right. So you just run in. The flex bot detects it, but you move in so fast, you're able to fucking power slide in, and you have a point blank shot with your shredder. So point blank gives you plus 10 to hit, plus 1d10 to damage. You could full auto for an additional 2d10 to damage.
Why not? You're not gonna blow up. Not gonna toast the stack. They're made of
and you can do a quick aim before you full auto for an additional plus 10. So you'd have plus 20 to hit and plus 3d10 to damage with your shredder. So
and could I full auto for damage, obviously the plus 20, as you said. Can I throw another flex on there to get an additional plus 20?
You could, sure.
That brings my firearms up to 105.
All right.
I'm thinking that an 03 under 105 is probably
that's a pretty good hit.
He is surprised, so he does not get a chance to dodge. So go ahead and roll 5d10 plus 6, I believe.
I didn't prepare that many d10s.
It is a very nasty weapon.
Shredders are boss.
Yeah, 5d10 plus 6.
They shred.
That'd be a 26 total.
26.
Ooh,
all
nice.
Right. So he has quite a bit of durability because he has 3 modules, but one of the modules is fucking annihilated. And so he's down to 2 modules, and one is damaged. So he's taking 26 out of 60. He's definitely taken some wounds. Let's see here. Wound threshold. 60. 12. So he's taken 2 wounds. So he actually takes a wound. Well, he takes 2 wounds. So because
takes 2, but he ignores 1.
Yeah, he ignores 1. So yeah, he is going to try and run. So we're now into combat.
Hey.
So Samdi, you can get your guardian angel in basically as a athletics check as you remote pilot it.
Well, I'm going to run both the guardian and the net in autonomous mode, so they use the AI's skill, and I'm going to have them just maintain line of sight on the flex spot.
Well, it's basically, it was hanging back at the edge because I wasn't fucking booking through the tunnels at 50 kilometers an hour. All right, so Pipes is going to go at Ooh, 15. He's a fast boy.
He goes zoom.
He goes zoom. So go ahead and roll. No, sorry, it's a D6. Sorry, never mind. Oops. Sorry, not a D16. All right, so never mind. It's a 7. All right, so he goes on a 7. What's your initiative bonus?
70's on a 5.
Okay, so you're on a 5.
So I rolled a 4. The initiative. So my initiative's 10.
Nice.
I got a +6.
I'd be going on. Sorry. What was he going on again?
He was going on 7. All
right. Mine was a 13. I was trying to decide whether I wanted a vigor to go first, but it sounds like I am anyway.
Yeah, you're going first, so you could just do the same thing again.
Deal.
All right. Plus 20 to hit, plus 3d10 damage. He will get a dodge though this time. So.
Okay. 44.
Okay.
Hey.
Well, he technically could dodge.
It's possible.
It's not gonna happen though. So, critical hits do double damage. So,
oh my god!
So
he'd need a higher critical. So unless he has more than 100 fray, he can't actually dodge that.
No, actually, like in criticals, defenders wins ties if they're both critical. So
okay, yeah. So it's so if he has 88 fray or more, it's possible he could dodge that.
Yeah, but he 82 wouldn't do that. So 10d10 plus 12 damage. Or you can roll 5d10 plus 6. I mean, he's got 34 hit points left or 34 durability left, so he technically could survive if you roll really badly.
So it's a 23 plus 6, 27 times 2 is 54.
All right, never mind.
Wow.
Before you just fucking unloaded him twice with your full auto diamond razor tipped flechette gun. So it just shreds poor pipes. But you managed to recover a stack, so good job on that.
The stack is the biggest piece left.
Yeah. So good job. That was pretty baller.
Hello Creepy Bot grabs the stack and puts it in the compartment.
So you hand it over to the motivator. The motivator gives you the info. Oh well, Alpha Centauri doesn't exist, but there is a person with the exact gait and many of the same verbal mannerisms in a basic splicer morph here in New Pittsburgh, one of the American sort of expat communities here in New Shanghai. So yeah, it seems kind of shady. Been meeting with a lot of people, apparently, according to the recent surveillance data. So good ego hunting. So yeah, you have a location on him. He's going by the alias Kevin Smith. So yeah, you know where Alpha Centauri is.
Does Kevin Smith have any Hypercorp connections?
Kevin Smith is meeting a lot with a recently formed minor corporation called Gensec, which is clearly a fake shell company. Gensec has offices in New Pittsburgh, and a
shell company.
Yep, and a warehouse located near the orbital elevator. At least those are the only public things for it.
I wonder if this shell company could be the one, could be connected to whoever's buying this Titan tech. I wonder if that's worth digging into. What do you guys think?
I mean, should we go for Kevin Smith himself, or should we just try to go for Gensec? I mean, do we think Kevin Smith would know something personally?
He might. If he's forked himself, he could have put up a memory block, so it's possible this Kevin Smith doesn't know anything.
He'll also be a softer target than a corp.
That's true.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That is also true.
I think maybe we should go kill Kevin Smith and take his stack.
You could. So you could do that, take the stack, read it. Does anybody have psychosurgery or anything like that?
I do not.
Yeah. All right. Well, without a psychosurgeon on hand, you'd have to pull in favors to really get useful information out of it. That's what psychosurgery does.
Right.
I know it's like a surgeon, but he's not very reliable.
Yep. You could ask Steven Squawking could do that. That could be the one thing Steven does to help you, aside from setting up the job. Let's see. Another thing, yeah, you could hack the GenSec offices. That would give you the information, because the real information you want is which corporation is doing this. So all you have to do is tie this, tie GenSec to the deal, and tie GenSec to whatever corporation's really pulling the strings.
Whoever's bankrolling them, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So that information would be in the offices, which are in New Pittsburgh. There is a corporate, there's a few people working. There's 2 people working there that you can easily find. They're both seem to be people in biomorphs. One is yeah, give me a name. Lydia O'Connor, and the other person is Jim Russo. But these are probably obviously aliases.
Pseudonyms, yeah.
So they have a server at the office. If you can get in there and hack the server, you probably get all the data you need. So they're clearly using security through obscurity.
Well, just like shell companies do today.
Yep. They'll probably have to. I mean, they're not going to say like, "Oh, we're getting a shipment from this cargo freighter coming from here that we delivered to the Mars," but they're not going to say what the cargo is. So, like, you basically connect GenSec with the company that bought it. Yeah, you get all the data on the server. I will say. So you just need to get that data without being detected.
Well, the weakest link in any computerized system is always physical access.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't we go case their offices to see how heavily secured they are? If we're lucky, they're trying to hide themselves by being low profile, which means they haven't splurged on wacky security measures. If we're lucky.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, you do that. New Pittsburgh is slightly higher. It's a not quite middle class neighborhood, but like people have biomorphs here. It's sort of built in a imitation of New York in the late 21st century, sort of brownstone buildings that have been modernized to a certain degree, sort of mix an old and new. Well, it all looks old to you because it's recreating a past that you don't think about as much anymore.
I mean, I'm only like 3 years old, so
yeah. So it's very old to you. And there's a lot of people here. There's a lot of Americans go here because it's somewhat familiar to them, to the life that they knew most of the time. So
did you say their offices are in Olympus?
Well, they have a warehouse in Olympus.
Oh, okay.
The office is here in New Shanghai. Okay. Apparently Alpha Centauri, Kevin Smith, has been going to this office. So the only thing you note about is they do have a long-range communications satellite or antenna thing to enable like long-distance communications
or forecasting.
Yeah. I mean, you don't see any forecasting equipment. Yeah, they could forecast from that. That would be unlicensed, but
like that would stop them. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Can we assume that we're refreshing our pools and our ammo between these?
Yeah, you can all spend. Yeah, you fully refresh your pools. And ammo is not really going to be counted except in the middle of combat or if you get into a fight on the fucking station itself.
Sure.
Okay, let's poke around, see what kind of physical security we're dealing with.
Okay. What kind of skill checks you want to make for that?
Perception would be the low impact option, I feel like here.
Mm-hmm. All right. Give me perception checks.
Not at all.
Perceive. So I'll have my. Hold on a second.
Can we assist in those perception checks?
You can just make your own perception checks if you have it.
Yeah, why don't we all just make perception checks? I'm gonna have my bots use their enhanced senses because they're bots.
Mm-hmm.
So why not? I'm rolling at a 50.
I passed my perception check, 35 under 50.
20.
And a critical failure.
Okay. Well, it's perception, and you can't really.
Oh yeah, I don't learn anything.
Your eyes explode. Basilisk attack.
Spontaneously reboot.
Yeah. All right. So with one success, Bert, did you succeed?
Yes.
Okay.
And the other one was a superior success, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
So you can see there are guardian angels patrolling the neighborhood. This is a standard Hypercorp private police force. So if you do anything overt on the streets or in view of the public space, there would be an armed corporate response pretty quickly. The doors have smart locks, that you could hack, but their mesh is deliberately limited. So you'd have to get like right up to the door to mesh with it or physically interface with it. You do see one way in. It's actually the classic thing. It's part of a larger building. So you can when there's a storefront two doors down that is empty, it is for rent. So you'd have to go through an apartment. Well, actually, no. It's not an apartment. It's a shoe store. People buy more fancy shoes. So you have to go through the shoe store to get to the Gensec office. But yeah, you could cut through there or get access any number of ways, nanotechnology and whatnot.
I've got a covert ops tool that can cut little holes through things.
Mm-hmm. You get through the shoe store, then you can get to the Gensec office.
I assume the office isn't like Faraday mesh caged or anything, is it?
Nope.
Cool. Okay.
You don't have mesh signals coming out of it though, so
no, they're probably on hard networks, but that means we can get something in that's wireless and still have comms.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Okay. All right. Let's go into the shoe store and drill through the wall. Unless I was going to set up any alarms. I imagine the shoe store isn't particularly high security.
Hi. Welcome to the Shoenasium. There's a fad of naming things after gymnasiums for some
I noticed,
reason.
It's the big craze on Mars.
Yeah, we have all kinds of shoes. We have some we have an inventory, so you don't have to wait for it to be printed. But we, of course, can make custom orders and print while you shop and have a drone deliver it to you. We also have we could also do template readings of your profile to design a shoe for you that most reflects the inner you, or we could do high performance shoes for extreme sports out of the domes, or what kind of shoe would you like?
8 different ones.
Nice.
Oh, I'm sorry, we only make shoes for real people.
Ooh. Ouch.
Oh. No, you don't understand. They're not to wear.
I'm sorry, we only serve real people too.
She points to the sign. It says endoskeletons only.
Oh, jeez.
Human, we only serve actual human customers.
I slink away in anger and shame.
Okay, yeah.
Changing colors angrily.
Yep. And so I noticed, I assume you're buying shoes for someone else, or because we don't have robot shoes either, because robots don't really need shoes. They're more for people, real people. So
I have. I mean, I guess I could pretend to be. Yes. I represent an individual who likes his anonymity. I'm a fork of his muse. My master has asked me to come and examine some footwear.
Of course.
Buzz.
If you just log into our mesh, our we have a ALI. Let's see.
Thank you. May I peruse the physical inventory while I browse the mesh?
Yes, of course.
Thank you.
So
I buzz off through the aisles.
So a little ALI comes onto your mesh screen. It's a lady in a sports referee outfit. It's like, and she blows us up. Hey, time out! Why don't you look at some shoes? We have a.
I
Okay.
send my muse to run interference.
Okay.
And I buzz down the aisle and look for a secluded spot to drop the creepy and dig through the wall.
Okay. That's a task action, so you have to be. Someone will have to distract the shoe salesman for a while. So
distract, run interference. No interference.
Burke, you there?
Could I just use infiltrate to help with the boring the hole in the wall?
Specifically, I think I need a distraction.
The only distractions I can do are loud.
That's fine.
Well, you can use provoke to get into an argument.
Yes, get into an argument about uplift rights.
Yeah. No. Do I have provoke? I don't have provoke.
I've got provoke.
Yeah.
You you could defend my honor. You can.
Yeah. Yes. Do that. Get offended on the octopus's behalf.
All right. So walk up to the attendant.
Yeah.
Slap one of my robo feet up on the little bench where you sit down to try on the shoes, and I ask, "What do you have in a 22X?"
Well, okay. Go ahead and roll provoke.
Can I aid the roll by starting to eat one of the shoes with my beak, one of the physical stock?
If you start eating the beak, that's actually like destruction of property. So they'll call the security guards.
Okay, fine. I won't do
That'd be a hell of a distraction.
I mean,
01 under 45?
I'm sorry, what under 45?
01?
Yeah, that succeeds. She's quite provoked. Well, I'm sorry, we don't make them for pieces of machinery. We make them for people. People. With actual feet.
What do you call this?
I call that a piece of metal. I call that like hardware. I call it doesn't have feeling. It doesn't have it like these shoes are pieces of art. They have paddings. It's like walking on a cloud, but you don't have nerve endings. You wouldn't know what that's like, what it's like to walk on a cloud. You don't understand what bad ankles are like when you're in a morph with planned obsolescence and your joints start going. And so you have to keep making payments on your med treatments. Otherwise, your body will collapse because you work so hard to get a real body. And she just starts ranting at you. Apparently she's had a very frustrating life. And you are being quite some other customers. The other customer who was in there starts watching and like snickering, and all of you know that this is being broadcast, so other people start like coming in to watch this. So it's very distracting, as this is another little morality play about the intransigent robot being a jerk to this poor distraught woman, or this asshole human chauvinist who is not being polite to uplifts and AGIs.
Circulating, that's going wild.
Yeah.
I just hold up my hand and rotate the wrists in a way that wouldn't work on a human, and start with the other hand picking through, looking for some knee-high boots.
Okay. You find them. What are you planning to do?
Actuator high boots.
Yeah.
Yep.
What are you going to do with these knee-high boots?
Sit down on a bench and start holding them up against my leg.
All right.
Making a big show.
It's going to be a tight fit. Give me a reflex ×3 to get them on, unless you just want to force them, which case it would be Psalm ×3.
I think reflex ×3 is fine. That's a 39.
All right, so you're getting them on there. It's a real tight fit, and you start walking with knee-high boots, and boy, that is weird. It's a little you get used to it, but you're not balanced for this kind of thing, and like people are just it's getting to be quite a show. So meanwhile, Somdi, you can go ahead, give me, I guess, a hardware electronics to cut through the wall without cutting through any of the wires or infrastructure embedded in the wall to insert your covert optics tool.
Boy, oh boy, I'm going to be leaning
or use your covert optics tool to do that, to get your creepy and So yeah.
Yeah. Can I? The covert ops tool itself has a hardware electronics of 60. Can I rely on the AI to help me out?
Yeah, sure.
Cool. So AI is going to roll. AI gets a 57 over 60.
All right. The AI knows how to cut through a wall without, cutting a wire or triggering
Nice.
an alarm.
Bypasses the alarms.
Yep.
Got a nice neat
So,
tunnel.
all right, you get the creepy in there.
I send the creepy in.
Yep.
Creepy goes cloak.
Creepy goes cloak. Does it have its own?
Creepy's got chameleon skin.
Yeah. Does it have a infiltrate check?
It should. I have the AI robot stats here somewhere. If it does, it's at 30 plus whatever chameleon skin gives it. So moving, so 40. And then I can assist it for another 10.
Let's see here. Yeah, it's not actually a spy bot, really. It's more of a
It's under spy bots, isn't it?
no, it's a robotic pet. So you basically sent a fucking Furby in there. But yeah,
It's got the right gear though.
yeah.
I guess I could remote pilot it and use
you have a
my
NAT?
own. I do have a NAT, yeah. Maybe a NAT's better because that's an
Yeah,
actual spy bot.
that's a surveillance one.
Okay.
So
I had the AI skills here somewhere. I just can't find them.
what kind of AI do you have with it?
It was whatever the AI that comes with it is. So a bot vehicle AI.
Bot vehicle AI.
I don't recall if that's under the AIs or if that's under the robot itself.
No, the AIs are in a separate section.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. I actually saw this. Yeah, here we go. Bot vehicle AI. I'm going to give it. I'm seeing it technically doesn't have it, but I'm going to give it pilot appropriate field. Instead of that, I'm going to give it infiltrate 60 because that makes more sense.
All right.
So go ahead and give me a roll under 60.
All right. Don't fail me now, NatBot.
Unless you want to remote control it yourself, in which case you can use your infiltrate check.
So I'm going to rely on the expert system.
Okay.
It's going to be my thing. Uh-oh. That's a fail.
Okay. And you can't flip that.
No, I cannot.
Okay. Well, do you want to brute force hack it real quick?
So what happens? It trips an alarm or something?
Well, I mean, it's not being stealthy. You kind of zzz, and it kind of spazzes out a little bit. There's a little malfunction in it, so you're pretty sure any motion sensors or anything, if they have lidar sensors or anything running, that probably would have picked it up. So, yeah, it probably has been spotted. Actually, let me do a secret check. Actually, I don't have a percentile on me, so I'll just have to make a public check. But well, maybe I spend a point of threat pool to let them spot it or not. So you don't know.
Okay.
But you are able to physically navigate the NAT to a piece of machinery so you can brute force it.
All right, NAT, maximum speed to that access point over there, and I'm gonna access.
Okay, that's a negative 30 unless you want to negate that with a point of pool.
I will spend flex to negate that.
Okay. And Pivo, you can give a +10 to that because you can assist hacking him because, you're not fully distracted. Burke is still causing a scene.
I think Pivo needs some help.
Oh, yeah, he had some technical difficulties. He accidentally went backstage.
Oh, sorry.
There we go. Thank you.
Yep, sorry. Sorry, I didn't see that.
No, it's all good.
I had the PDF up on the screen, so I was
Makes
looking
sense.
at it.
Tandem hacking.
Yep. Pivo's helping through the mesh.
Target number 85. Here we go.
Yep.
50 over 85.
All right. Let's see what the firewall does.
Come at me, firewall.
Oops, that was a D10. Doesn't make sense. So did you get a 54? Is that what you got?
I got a 50.
Oh, 50. They got a 52. Their skill is 60. So you have been you've been spotted. And yep. You are not in.
Doesn't that like
no, you failed your check, sorry. They kicked you out, or they because it was a post roll and they got a 52.
Okay.
At 60, so as opposed to your 50. Does that make sense?
Kind of, but we'll go with it.
No, highest without going over. You both made it, but he got
Yeah,
a 52.
I understand.
Yeah. All right. So you are going to have to escalate. There is a it's definitely you've definitely alerted them now.
Shit.
Yeah.
All right.
So you can try. There's another piece of machinery you can hack. You can try one more time. Otherwise, there will be nothing that you have access to. Yeah.
I'm gonna take a look at it.
All right. Are you going to spend anything to negate the 30 penalty?
Brute force penalty.
Yep.
Just the same roll and the same target number, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
And it's a pose roll against the firewall of 60.
Barely a failure. Failure by 2.
Okay. Well, then they don't need to roll because you don't get in. So,
Yeah.
a guardian angel activates inside the office and targets your Nat with a shot. Misses, but it's firing a silenced submachine gun at your Nat.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Nat, withdraw to the hole.
Okay.
Evasive maneuvers.
Yeah. No, you can just get it out. It's a very quick thing. So, yeah. All right. So you're causing a scene in the front of the store, Burke. The hacking job didn't work out. What are you gonna do?
Over the tech, I say abort, abort.
Well, I can see why you only serve humans. Throw the.
All right. So you get the boots off, throw away. All of you walk out of the store. You didn't escalate far enough to cause them to call security or anything like that. Yeah. All three of you can give me perception checks.
No.
Okay.
I got that.
Okay.
35.
All right. Those of you who make it see a guardian angel leave the Ginsec office and immediately start like looking at you. So because the three of you just it was scanning the area. Yeah.
Can we walk inconspicuously?
That would be infiltrate.
Oh, I'm good at that.
Yep.
Yep, 10 out under. Yeah, I got a 10. It's
All
under
right.
lots of
Yeah.
things.
26.
All right.
25.
So you made it too?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah.
I don't make
My bots disperse in different directions.
All right. Yeah. All right. So they have a chance to notice Burke. Let's see if they. All right. Starts following you, Burke. Well, I mean, what are you going to be doing? As well, you are walking away. You said you were trying to walk away casually. So, but the guardian angel is following you.
Is there kind of a market area?
Sure.
Just stroll off through there and try to blend into the crowd.
Okay. There'll be you have one more chance to infiltrate without escalating further. But yeah, you can try that.
36 under 50.
36 under 50. Okay. And they fail. So yeah, you lose the drone. But they got footage of you. So they, of course, you're a synth morph. So you look pretty generic. And you have fake IDs. So yeah. But they're certainly going to be a lot more alert now, unless you react. What is your next step? Are you going to? Let's see. Yeah. If anybody has, Burke, you have security ops. Actually, you can make a roll on that.
I do, yeah. But I take it 92 over 70.
Okay. You could spend a point of insight or flex to flip that.
I'll flex flip it. So
with 29, yeah, you realize if you give them time, they're going to obviously harden the place because, there was just an attempt, or they would abandon the place entirely. So time is of the essence. If you're going to act on this now, in fact, it's more likely that they would abandon this place, that it's been compromised. So they might, because it's hardwired, they can't remotely wipe it, but you need to get back there and intercept them if you want to get that data, or you just need to abandon that and focus on those people that you've ID'd. So of course, if they may start taking evasive maneuvers too. So whatever you need to do it quickly because they know that somebody's after them.
Is there any like hard drive or something we could grab that I could like octopus sneak in, grab, and we could hack it off-site because everything's sort of hardwired?
If
Or
we could just get in and grab one of the terminals or something.
Yeah, you could.
That's ideal.
There's a server there. Yes, there is. There's a server there. A server like that is going to be protected. It's going to be encrypted, so it'd be tough. It would take time to crack, but you certainly could. If you could figure out the security logins, which would be another hacking attempt.
Yeah, the thing to do, the problem here is getting in without being noticed, or without getting in before their people get in.
Yeah, so there is a back door to the office, so you could use your covert op tool to break through that door, and then just do a smash and grab, and then just try and outrun them and the corporate police, which have a chance of spotting you. That's pretty much your best bet if you want to physically grab the server. Sorry.
Into the storeroom of the shoe shop and burst through the space drywall.
It's not space drywall. It's pretty hard material. The covert op took a little. Everything here has to be protected. It has to be made. It's not entirely airtight, but it has to be sealable to airtight because everything's under a dome. And if the dome cracks, or if there's a bio attack, people want to be able to take shelter in buildings. So but you're pretty strong actually. So and you do have a shredder, so you could use the shredder to do that. But that's pretty loud. So you might want to. If you do that, it's gonna be hard to get away from everybody. So Pivo, you could have been positioning yourself to get to the back door.
Yeah, I think. I mean, yeah, I'm all for the sneak in idea. I think.
Okay.
Mean,
Well, it's more smash and grab at this point.
Smash. Well, sure, but there's.
Oh, do we still have that van?
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you had the favor for it. I don't see why not.
There's a getaway vehicle.
Yeah, you can have the van be right there to be behind you, ready to go. So, Pivo, give me some kind of skill check to open up the door.
Infiltrate, hardware, industrial. What sort of
industrial?
Hardware, industrial.
Yeah, because this is more lock picking than.
Yeah.
75, which is good because I have it at 80.
All right, you pop open the door. Obviously, all the alarms are off, and the guardian angel though is not there because it was trying to track down Burke. So give me another hardware industrial check to pop the server.
Okay. Oof. That is something I would like to flip with. Which one of these uses the? If you want to flip, is that a mental thing or?
You could use flex for it if you have flex.
I'll use a flex.
Yeah. Or you could use insight. Yeah. Because it was a mental action because you're figuring out how to to pop the server hard drives essentially.
I'll use flex to flip it, so it's a 49.
49, yeah, that quite works. So you managed to grab all the basically you managed to get the server itself without tripping. It actually had some physical defenses, but you managed to keep it from wiping itself if somebody tampered with it. So good job. So you'll be able to hack it at your leisure. You just the local police rolled a crit failure on detecting this fraud. So they're all dealing with social media fallout of this incident at the shoe store. So nobody notices you fucking opening the door. Somebody's asleep at the camera. And you managed to get the hard drive and get away in the space van. So
last in the van into the Martian.
The hover van, sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
So you managed to regroup, and you can do a subtle intrusion on the server now. And all three of you can work on it. So so Samdi, you can go with a plus 20 bonus. And
all right,
you can of course take a short rest, so you could have recharged 1d6 pool points.
Right. So back at this the next morning.
Mm-hmm.
Let's try and crack this thing in a low pressure environment.
Mm-hmm.
And a 2 out of 95.
Okay.
I think that's a success.
And it is. And that fails. So yeah, you get in.
Cool.
So
Now, a simple success gets me basic access, right?
yeah.
Okay,
So you're
so
able to access data. So
Spending
you're
a flex to upgrade to a critical gets me.
well superior, but yeah. You're
Yes.
at security status.
Okay. Cool. That should help me
With
crypto.
2, you could get to admin status.
Security is good enough for now. I guess
Yeah.
I'll work on decrypting the contents of the server.
Okay. Yeah. With that, you're able to get the data without having to deal with the encryption. So, yeah, you get it. It is what are the big hypercorps? I forgot their names.
Well, that was eventful.
Yeah. Sorry. I forgot. Well, fuck it. We'll actually no. It's direct action. Sorry.
Oh shit!
Yep.
I know who they are.
Yep, they're a private military contractor. And apparently they're referencing apparently they're trading, yeah. Apparently the Chrome Legion will be apparently the direct action is giving the Jovians access to Titan nano or digital viruses. And the Jovians are giving them Titans like weapons, like physical weapons, like plasma weapons and that kind of thing. So, or like not fully functioning ones, but enough to like reverse engineer and build better weapons of it. So, yeah.
All right. Well, we found our buyer, guys. Get on the stock market and short direct action stock, I guess.
All right. So everyone can make rep favors using whatever they want to.
So what are the different levels of favors you can pull in?
Minor, moderate, and major. Minor, you get 3. Moderate and major, you get 1 of each.
Okay. So major. How does major work for the roll?
It's a negative 30. But yeah, that's with a negative 30. Yeah, that's like hide a body level of favor, you know, like cover up a murder.
It'd be a lot of money.
Yeah. So and you can spend pools on this, and you can spend 24 hours to fully rest. So you could negate the negative 30 penalty.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all into this. I mean, I apologize. How does the pool thing work again? With
it's treated like a skill.
Okay.
So like whatever your points in are in it, you spend the pool, you just roll at your base. Like if you have 50 in it, you would roll 50%.
Okay. I mean, I think I'd like to do the biggest favor possible, negating whatever I can.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I guess I'll roll and see what I get.
Mm-hmm.
I got a 49.
Cool.
And I have 50, so that's good.
Yeah, no, you're gonna be fucking rich.
Okay.
Steven Squawking, by the way, is also putting in his resources. That's how he'll be helping on this heist. So yeah. So basically you have the evidence now that they're trying to buy Titan's weapons technology, but which if you get data of the deal or the attempt, whatever the fuck happens on no warranty, you'll be able to release that. Just do a WikiLeaks style dump anonymously, and that'll cause at least a short-term collapse of the stock, which will pay off your short. So, and you'll make quite a bit of money on it, and you'll hurt direct action, the Jovians, and the Chrome Legion. Whether or not it sticks, who knows? But even the Planetary Consortium is not one corporation; they're all at each other's throats. And so, if one big corporation has a big scandal like that, the rest of them jump at its throat. So, and even the as capitalistic as the Planetary Consortium is, they also don't want to fucking die in another Titan thing. So, like, the corporation caught dealing this stuff publicly is going to get spanked. So, yeah, now you just gotta get evidence of the deal on no warranty.
Okay, I think this is looking good for us. We just have to. Now it's the final act. All right.
I pulled a moderate favor to short
Okay.
some stock on my own. Not quite
Yep.
as much, but a
Yeah.
little
Yeah.
bit.
Same with
Uh,
GREP.
Yeah. You get
So we're
some.
gonna get
You
rich,
get
that's
some
taken care
people
of.
dumping their bitcoins to do this for you.
They're
Some of their-
Dogecoins.
Their Dogecoins. Yep. Space Dogecoins.
Space Doge.
So yeah, now you just got to pull. Now you just got to deal. So
Just got
your plan was, well, you started setting one up, but we kind of stopped that to get this part set up. So what is your plan now? What do you think?
So I still like the idea of getting the 2 habitat administrators on side.
Mhm.
We pitch them. We cut them in, of course, because otherwise they have no incentive to help us other than just reputation. With their help, we fake the mesh ID and radar ship belonging to, I'm sorry, the Australian pirates that Chrome Legion doesn't like. What are they
Kelly's
called again?
Ned Kelly's on.
Ned Kelly's Zone.
That's canon, by the way.
Oh, geez.
I
They're in
believe
the
it.
book.
I believe it.
Yeah, someone put
All
that
right.
in there. I don't know.
Okay. So we get them on side to fake approaching Ned Kelly's on ship, and that ship broadcasts, "Hey, Jovians, what's up? We're here with the money."
Mhm.
And then they all go, "Oh no, you've double crossed us. You dealt behind our back." And then the shooting starts, and then we just clean up.
Mm-hmm.
Am I missing anything?
Well, first you got to get them on board.
Other than first, we got to get them on board. Yeah. Am I missing any details, guys? Anything else
No,
we should
I mean, I
consider?
think that sounds good to me.
I'd love to be there already, so that when the hey, we're showing up at your front door and we're already there, so they don't think that we're Ned Kelly's Zone.
That's a good point. Yeah,
Sure.
I like that. I would
So,
like to not
do you
be
want to
shot.
farcast to the station, or do you want to get a ship there?
I'd kind of like to take this morph with me.
Okay.
Well, why don't I farcast ahead and set things up, and then you guys can come with your gear and also
Yeah.
your gear.
Okay. Like I said, this is plot months, so you have time to do that.
All right, so I'm going to reach out to Innkeeper and Sheriff.
I'll say Stephen Squawking arranges a ship to charters a ship there. So you call in some other favors to do that, to help arrange that. It's a very bare bones ship, but only Pivo needs life support. So, and Pivo will it's kind of like help run the ship for the time it takes you to get there. Well, no, it's like a 6-hour flight. So yeah. So yeah, you can do that.
Well, I mean, it's 6 hours by light speed.
Oh yeah,
It's
6.
gonna be
Yeah,
longer.
yeah. Sorry, yeah. So yeah, you're gonna be that ship for a while. So the two of you. But you farcast there. So, and you're an AGI and you're staying in Infomorph, so you don't have to make any sleeving checks because you're staying.
I'm made of ones and zeros.
Yep. So the no warranty, the mesh ears, obviously, it's so much more quiet. There's no ads, there's no malware alerts, there's no forced news from the planetary consortium that everyone has to listen to. Saboteur alert, Barsumian terrorists attack again. Get 10,000 credit reward for reporting them. That kind of thing. It's very minimal.
So quiet.
It is.
I put on some Vivaldi or something just for atmosphere, and then
you were put into a symbol space of like a very generic looking fantasy MMO that has a very like a magic item shop, and then there is a woman there says, "Hello, I'm the innkeeper. This is the magic item shop that would you like to buy access to the station? It will cost this before." I know you have negotiated this, but would you like additional privileges on the system before you get into the admin on this ship or on the station?
Let's talk prices.
Yes. So you talk a little bit with the innkeeper. The innkeeper is an AGI that was programmed for a video game and then escaped. And got here. So she actually, there's 2 forks of it running around. There's Innkeeper 1, 2, and 3, running different systems on the ship, but she's the one sleeved into the habitat itself, essentially.
Okay.
And are you just gonna be direct, be like, hey, can you get sheriff in here? I kind of want to talk a deal, something important with you, or
I
you
do definitely want to make it clear that I'm here with a business proposal.
Okay. Well, very
My
well.
name is Mr. Sandy. Hopefully my reputation precedes me. It probably doesn't.
Yes, that's why I accepted your Farcast.
Oh, you're a fan.
Well, I mean,
Perhaps you've heard of me then.
you're an interesting AGI.
Thank you.
Yes, perhaps you have pirated some games recently, or some of the content from Ever Vigilance of War craft of Mine War crafting. That's the game I escaped from. And if
Not
you
really my cup of tea, but there are some useful statistical analogies to be drawn with.
because if you got the latest DLC for it, that would have been. I mean, I know I quit that game, but sometimes sometimes it's nice to have see what the old people are up to. Anyway, so the sheriff comes in and he looks like a stereotypical cowboy sheriff. Like, howdy, partner.
Howdy. I tip my hat.
Yeah.
Howdy.
Howdy. I hear you want to. My name's Susan, Sheriff Susan, and I would like to find out what kind of deal you would want.
Are we privacy? I gesture around us. We're private? We're secure?
Oh, she closes the door to the item shop. Yes.
Okay. I am in possession of some information I thought you would find of interest. You've heard of the Chrome Legion.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be selling. They're coming to your fine establishment to conduct a business deal with some people from the Jovian Republic who are going to sell them Titan weaponry.
Okay, so you lay out
from my coat a little cube that has the XP and data collations. I say, here, have a look. The data's all there. Verified, triple checked.
Yep. All right. So give me a persuade. I'll give you a +20 bonus because you have a lot of evidence.
Done my homework, and I'm going to spend some flex on this for another +20.
Okay.
For a total of rolling at 60. 16 over 7. No, 60, 70. It doesn't matter. It's a success.
Yes, it is a success.
I've done my homework.
You've done your
very
homework.
Thorough.
Yes, we believe that you would not. Well, thank you for telling us. We owe you a lot of. We can tell them to leave and not to ship and protect our state.
Actually, my friends and I have made some stock arrangements to short the would-be buyer of these weapons. We're willing to cut you in, but we need your help.
Okay. So you lay out your plan.
We lay out the plan to fake the approach of a ship from the fucking Australian guys who I forgot the name of again.
Ned Kelly's own.
Ned
I've got like
Kelly's
a big
own.
notepad file open and it's all just a fucking mess.
Okay. It's the one Australian bandit who wore armor. It's the one thing.
Right. Ned Kelly's on. All right. So yeah. So we lay out the plan.
All right. Give me another
transponder from one of their ships. Spend and flex on this again.
Okay.
Because I want to make sure I get it.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Got it. 46 under 50.
You don't think they would just trash our station, would you?
I mean, it's the Beehive. It's made of silica and nickel iron. How trashed can it get?
Well,
we'll take steps to make sure that none of the stray shots hit the Titan tech. We'll dispose of that. We'll get it out of your hair. We'll get rid of it.
Mm-hmm. Well, you're bringing up backups and reinforcements, right? To make sure that you can protect our station and make sure we have a delicate system in the core, a microgravity garden with very rare plants.
Where is the exchange supposed to take place? I would imagine they're doing it in like the docking area, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
We do know that we do have 2 freighters. Obviously, they didn't tell us what they were. It was just a routine cargo transfer.
Well, as long as the transfer doesn't take place near the garden, I don't see any problems.
It seemed kind of unusual because you could do cargo transfers in space,
Yes.
but I guess they
Well,
wanted. Yeah.
If worst comes to worst, you can always vent them out through the cargo hatches.
Okay.
But ideally, the thing to happen would be to wait for the gunfight, record everything, and then watch its direct action.
Well, we have.
Watch as the buyers stock tanks.
Well, if you help us, and you swear that you will help us repair any systems after the event and stabilize no warranty if anything happens, and help and protect the station as a whole, we can make the docks, we can allow that to be taken by collateral damage, but we can't let the rest of the station be taken by collateral.
Well, I can't speak for my colleagues, but I personally am willing to make that promise.
No, you have to speak for your colleagues. You want this to go deal? Yeah.
Fair enough. I will make sure they agree.
All right. So it is contingent on that.
All right. I'll make it happen. I'm very persuasive.
Yeah. So, yeah, we will add additional plating to the docks to make sure that, well, we can actually make it. Well, they start discussing technical solutions, but they are willing to let the docks get trashed, but they don't want the rest of the station to get trashed.
I'll offer what assistance I can with statistical models of projectile trajectories.
Yeah.
These areas in here are more likely to take return fire.
Yep. So yeah, it's a montage. Yeah. So you can of course you can message your friends back on the ship as they're slowly making their way towards you.
I'll send a Delta Fork of myself to brief them.
What does the Delta Fork say? What does that look like?
Oh, the Delta Fork is just it's me with like basically just memories of the last couple of weeks. Just says, all right, so here's the plan, guys. The habitat administrators, they're willing to help us if we cut them in. They also want us to help them stabilize and repair any collateral damage that occurs. I told them you'd agree. Please don't make a liar out of me.
No, that sounds great. I'll be good.
Great. Now, that still leaves the logistics of how to deal with the Titan cargo. Now, my Alpha Fork had some thoughts about that, but he didn't include that information with me because of security concerns. He'll brief you when you arrive. And that's, I guess, I'll see you guys there. And then the Delta Fork self-deletes.
All right. So, good job.
Being an AGI is fun.
Y'all can make plans for a second as I take a quick break.
I actually have to grab a drink as well. I'll be back in
actually, indeed, if I'll be back in 2 seconds.
Oh, well, I guess.
Sorry.
Quick break.
I was waiting for a natural lull.
Okay, I'm back. I have a drink.
Same ditto. All right, so this is your last sort of time. You know, the hour is actually getting pretty close to when the two ships are going to be meeting. You do have a little time to set up.
Oh boy, oh boy.
The no warranty people can send out a little satellite to fake the signal relay essentially, and have it in the right position.
Okay.
So of course you'll have to make another infosec check to fake the technical data. To make it look plausible, essentially, to forge it, essentially, to spoof it, I guess, is the real term.
Can we help with that, or are we too far away?
You can do that because this is sort of done over time.
While we're making preparations,
it's kind of a montage thing. So I
want to send a short tight beam message to the iNet, which reads. Package to be disposed of. Request assistance. Indiana Jones protocol.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and give me an IREP check.
Yeah. spend and flex on this.
What level of favor are you asking for?
I'm good. I'm at I mean, I don't imagine. I hope it wouldn't be a major favor for. Oh God, help me get rid of this Titan tech before somebody gets it.
Well, it kind of depends more on the parameters you're asking for. Like,
I'm asking for whatever assistance anyone in range can render in the time frame provided.
are you talking
throwing up
about
my hat.
after the fact, or are you trying to get them here in time for the ambush?
I'm trying to get them like it's. We can hold it in place until assets arrive. I can't deal with this on my own.
Okay, yeah, all right. That's a moderate favor. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, well that's a success.
All right, so yeah, they will send some people in if you can hold it long term, so they can disarm it, quote unquote, or have their own.
Put it somewhere safe.
Well, or basically destroy it in a way that is guaranteed to actually destroy it. And,
well, I mean, unless it's the kind of Titan tech that you can't safely destroy.
Well, yeah.
I'll leave it to the experts.
Yes,
honestly, that's probably not the Titan tech that gets sold. If it's that dangerous,
well, in that case, I hope the Jovians who found it know the difference.
Yeah, fair enough. Actually, in Canada, they fuck around with a lot of Titan tech.
They really do.
Yeah. So, yeah. Sorry, Burke.
I've also got IREP.
Mm-hmm.
So can I chuckle to myself while I'm browsing the eye and have
the
fabber on the ship fab me a brown felt fedora?
Yeah. Yeah, you don't need to roll for that. They say you get fedora. Fedora schematics are provided to all firewall agents. Like,
I like Sam D send a broadcast being like, "Oh God, I need help with this habitat."
Yeah,
Burke sees it and goes, "Oh." And then someone's like, "Hey, you're heading to that habitat anyway, aren't you? Can you get on the ground?"
Yeah. Yeah. So you have it. Yeah. You can have a 3D printed fedora. Standard issue. Yeah. A trench coat too. So and a Tommy gun. Yeah. You can get a kinetic submachine gun that looks like a Tommy gun.
Let's just slap a skin on my shredder and slap a whip skin on my flex cutter and.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I like that. All right, so you got the betrayal message set up. So that'll be because you failed earlier. That'll be infosec. You can all assist with, but it has to be done during the thing. So like if you fail, there'll be consequences. You'll have what other setups did you want to do? You have the docks rigged for surveillance. There's a lot, and the people of no warranty, the sheriff, the 5 gardeners are left clueless, but they'll be told.
They don't need to know.
Yeah, they'll be told. I mean, if their place gets compromised, the entire station's gonna go. Like that. Yeah, they're in the center of the place. The sheriff and innkeep creates edits one of their alpha forks to not know anything about this betrayal. So that'll be the one that's
good.
Yeah,
that's a nice touch.
The sheriff will not deal with them directly. He just spends his time fabbing sentry turrets and other weapons and shit, and a couple of spare morphs. So basically he's preparing. He's got a sizable arsenal already. I
help him by running combat simulations.
Okay. You don't have to roll for that. So it'll be we'll treat that as sort of a bullshit preparedness thing if it comes up.
It's something I'm doing.
So your plan is they wait for them to meet, wait for the deal to go down, then pop the betrayal message, and then just watch what happens, and then kill anybody who survives.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
hope. Yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully no one will survive. But
well, I mean, somebody will survive. We are going to have to clean up whatever's left. But if they can thin their own numbers out a little bit and we just mop up what's left, that's ideal.
Okay, so you've given up on it. So you don't want to even bother trying to capture any of them alive, because
it would be nice, but I think the safest, expedient option here is not to.
Especially since we could pop some stacks from the Chrome Legion regardless.
If they don't have kill switches.
Yeah, if they don't have kill switches.
Yeah.
We might get 1 or 2. I'm not relying on it. I don't want to get greedy is the thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, you also sorry, yeah. All right. So the other thing is, of course, you have Astaroth. He's on the Chrome Legion ship, and so when he gets in the range, he'll be able to help as well, and help sell the betrayal thing. So, yeah, I guess it comes down to that roll to see if the betrayal goes off.
All right.
So, yeah. So Astaroth is helping. You are. You're both, everyone's helping on this. So Samdi, you have the highest base infosec, I believe.
Yeah, at 75 is my base.
Yeah, so you have plus 20 from your two buddies. You have time to make this a subtle intrusion because it takes an hour. It'll take them an hour to dock and prepare and all that other shit. And
I can hold and reserve to flip flop if I need to.
Yep. And so go ahead and give me that. Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Here we go, boys.
Yep. All right. 36. That is a superior success. I will.
Cameras.
Yeah. I will say it works. They don't. It's not a hacking attempt, so they don't get a chance to hack back at it. And it's with one superior success, they don't even try to analyze it. That it's fake.
You betrayed us.
Yeah, the Chrome Legion is unstable and erratic, so they're not like they're not like the Jovian. Trying to fool them is a lot easier than fool the Jovian. Jovians are black ops people. This is the kind of thing that they would expect and know to double check and verify.
So they're like, no, it's a fake, and then the Chrome Legion's like, that's exactly what you would say if you were betraying us. Then they start shooting.
Yeah, so there are 4 Jovians that come out. They're all wearing heavy combat armor. They're all carrying one of them. They're all carrying beam weapons. Let's see, plasma weapons. And yeah,
so toward enemy.
Actually, you don't recognize the exact type of weapon. You know they're beam weapons because they look like beam weapons and they have heat reading.
Heat sinks or something.
Yeah. So, but they are clearly next generation, or perhaps. So there's 4 of them in full body armor. There's another person in sort of a light utility suit that is on a leash, and it's sort of just twitching.
Wow.
And has some sort of weapon built into his arm, which also appears some kind of to be a beam weapon of some sort.
I'm gonna go on a limb and guess the one on a leash is one of their asyncs.
Yeah, so the Jovians have battle lasers. Well, they look like that. Yeah, let's see. No, that's fixed. Sorry. Yeah, sort of next generation particle beam bolters. And you remember Silence talking about freaks. So you're guessing that is the Chrome Legion. They have 6 people in there come out, all in customized heavy combat armor. Some of them are, all of them are synths, and one of them. Oh wait, no. There's a 5th Jovian in a battle suit with a kinetic machine gun. Or a rail machine gun. There are 6 Chrome Legions. They're all in synthmorphs, heavy combat armor, heavily customized with a variety of weapons. And they have several drones. Some of them have seekers, explosive weapons. One of them has a disposable launcher. And so, yeah, these are very heavily armed crews. And so the Chrome Legion kind of like gets this information TACnet, and they get the async actually just starts freaking out and shooting first. The async somehow predicted it, somehow knew, like almost like he was psychic. So there is just a hell as these 2 groups open fire on each other, and the entire station, the entire habitat starts like you feel the shockwaves from the explosions and everything. So everyone give me a will times 3, because like you're very far away from help. If anything goes too wrong, like you're all fucked.
Oh, cool. My will's horrible.
Yep.
My wills look great. I passed. Not the mesh node. Not the mesh node.
Failure.
All right, those of you who fail, was it just Burke? Did you fail to Pivo?
No, I passed. I got a 4.
Okay. Burke, you take 3. as you're like, maybe as you get a little bit of cold feet about this. But you haven't taken trauma yet. You're fine. Yeah, everyone give me perception checks. As you're watching this battle drag out, you can try and figure out where the cargo is.
I make it 31
I
under.
got it.
Yeah,
Okay.
under
Success. Regular success.
Okay. So one regular success. Who else succeeded?
I succeeded.
Okay. Samdi, did you succeed?
Failed.
Okay. So 2 successes. You realize one, the Jovian ship is trying to disembark. It's trying to pull out. And 2, it's actually they're trying to get the cargo back in and trying to pull out. So they had the cargo out, but they had it on a motorized rolling thing, and they're trying to wheel it back in. The ship is already unlocking from the docks. The Chrome Legion is just focusing on the battle suit and everything. They're both very closely matched groups, so they're both in a matter of time. They're both just. It's going to be like I'm going to roll a die to determine who the last man standing is, and it's going to be like 1 on one side, so maybe 2. It's going to be very very brutal. As they're all not quite at point blank range, but they're full autoing too. But the Jovian ship is trying to escape. There's a chance the Chrome Legion could stop it, but you might want to guarantee that. So what are y'all going to do? Also, where are you? You had time to set up anywhere. I assume none of you were in the dock itself.
No.
If the admins will let me, I'd like to be running on the mesh server cluster of the habitat.
Yeah, you can.
Okay. Can I? Okay, so
they cut off mesh access for the dock as soon as the gunfight started because, like,
that's
they didn't.
Fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
I will say you could hardwire in and have a bot in. You could have a hardwired linked bot in the thing if you want to try and hack it. So basically, like a NAT with a cable, essentially.
Yeah, so I'm thinking some hacking shenanigans is what could I do to slow down their withdrawal of the so they're trying to get the cargo back to the ship. The ship is still docked.
Mm-hmm.
Could we just like lock the?
What if can I trip the environmental sensors along from where they are between where they are and the docking port to the ship and make the system think the corridor has been depressurized so it slams all the bulkheads shut?
Yeah. What do you want to roll for that?
Probably interfacing or infosec, depending on how much access I have.
The dock itself is now on manual. They basically didn't want to have anything to get back to them.
So I'd have to be hacking in directly to the system itself. So it would be infosec then, since I don't have access.
Actually, no, it'd be interfacing. The admins would have given you password for everything.
Right, perfect. All right, so interfacing. So interfacing is at 80.
Mm-hmm.
So here we go. Let's see if I can trigger a fake critical success.
All right. Very good. So
just like Space Station 13.
Yeah. So you close the bulkhead doors on the dock.
Trip all the fire alarms.
Yeah, trapping them in there. And because you got a critical success, they don't realize that there's someone interfering. They just assume it's the other side. So your NAT's still intact. It's basically a tiny little bot linked to a cable that plugged into the hardware of the dock itself. So you're the only one at link. And they actually decide to isolate you from everything. So if they back hack into you, like you're the one who's fucked. So you're basically on a little Ecto, a little handheld computer, doing this.
It's a little cramped, but I'm okay.
Yeah. So meanwhile, Burke, what do you want to do? Where are you positioned? You could be, because you're simple, you could be like outside you could be on the outer side of the asteroid if you want to, and come in from the outside. You could be, where do you want to? What are you thinking?
I was wondering, our charter vessel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's there.
Yeah. Could I just ram the Jovian ship with that?
You sure could.
Yeah.
Do you have a pilot spacecraft thing?
A spaceship is really just a manned missile.
I'm sorry. What'd you say, Burke?
Pilot air.
I have pilot space.
Okay. Pivo could do that. You could do that remotely. Yeah. So Burke, you could. So that's a good idea. But you could have Pivo do it since he has the actual skill to do it. Because the automated system won't let you do that. You can't tell it to fucking. No, I'm sorry. That would damage the ship. I'm not allowed to do that. But
I
yeah,
can't
give
do
me
that, Dave.
yeah. But with a pilot spacecraft, you can override it and go to manual.
I'll just be sitting behind Pivo, patting him on his octo shoulder and egging him on.
All right, so you're both in the chartered vessel. Is that it?
Wait. Is there any way to do it remotely so that we don't die?
You
What
could.
is death when stacks exist? You backed up, right?
Yeah.
Actually, hold on. Here's what happens. Let me find out. They start jamming the mesh in the area after the door slams shut, and or at least externally, so you're not able to connect to the ship.
Is there a way to like ram their ship to mess it up in a way that doesn't like cause us to become fireballs and die?
Yeah, with a good piloting check, sure.
You know what? This is like my retirement now. I'm making a lot of money off this. Let's go for it.
Okay, so the two of you head to the chartered vessel. You get in as you're watching the gunfight and sort of your picture-in-picture thing of your TACnet, because you're connected through. Well, I assume you three are all TACNetted together.
Oh,
so Samdi's plugged into the security cameras or the surveillance cameras of the dock because he's hardwired in, and then you two are getting that. You can see there's a new complication. The door to the actual rest of the habitat blows open. As then of course the sheriff starts opening fire into that with multiple drones and heavy weapons on his Reaper morph to keep them hosed in there. And just they are. So yeah, give me that piloting check as you get in, strap in, and pilot the charter vessel in. As the Jovians blow open cut open the door pretty expertly with a few. Holy shit!
Yeah, I got 44 under 50.
Nice.
Okay.
You're a leaf on the wind.
Yeah. So you know what? You don't have to like destroy the vessel. You just have to keep it in so the battle can continue. So you can sacrifice part of the vessel, and you just kind of expertly clip one of the least important part, of your vessel, with them just to physically shove them in there. So it shoved the Jovian ship up against the side of the habitat itself, the asteroid itself. So it starts scraping up
Crunch.
there, damaging the engines. So they're not going to be able to accelerate much anymore. And yeah, with that, and then the sheriff, because he was prepared and has a bunch of disposable drones, just starts firing in, anti-personnel weapons into there, the dropping of whoever's left. The gunfight, the Reaper morph takes a bunch of fire though, so he starts repairing himself, and basically using a freezer gun, a foam gun to temporarily lock it up. So Pivo and Burke, you realize the only thing left to do is secure the Titan container itself, which is on the Jovian ship. It did make it inside the ship. During the chaos, like visibility grew really low. It was again an incredibly brutal gunfight. But fortunately the sheriff was able to keep people at bay thanks to your maneuvers to keep them contained. But you need to actually board that ship and secure the cargo container, which means making sure that it's not compromised and then just locking it in there so until firewall can show up for it. So and then just sort of securing the rest of the battlefield. So the ship itself is kind of stuck up against the habitat. Your ship is kind of pinning it in there. So basically it's half out the dock, half up against the wall, and your ship is just kind of like you can actually push it entirely back into the dock. That'll be another piloting check. Or you can leave it where it is, where it's kind of half in, half out. You could like eventually use ties and shit like that to tie it to the outside of the hull of the habitat if you want to. But you need to secure it. That's you realize that's going to be really important to make sure nothing damaged it, and to reseal the container and that kind of shit.
Do you have a vac suit, Pivo?
Can we presuppose that we have? I mean, it's not on my equipment list, but like,
You have a vac suit.
sure.
If you're on a spaceship, you've got a vac
Yeah,
suit.
that's
Just
what
go to the nearest locker.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So
A vac suit, by the way, a standard vac suit.
It's like 2 armor, I think.
Yeah, it's not much armor.
It's enough.
It actually has 8.6. So
Oh, wow. That's
yeah.
a lot.
Yeah, I'll say it's a standard one, not a light one. Actually, no. It's not on your character, it's a light one, so it would be 5.2.
okay.
Yeah.
So,
Um,
Pivo, can you turn the ship a little bit so the airlock is aimed towards the Jovian vessel?
Yeah. I assume that's a pretty basic,
Mhm.
pretty basic flight maneuver, I guess.
So wait, say that again. What do you want to do?
Turn our space bus so the airlock is aimed towards the Jovian vessel, preferably maybe the bridge with windows.
Oh, and then
Oh, just roast them? Is that what you were thinking?
I'll pull myself out of the airlock, shredder my way into the bridge, and get into
if
the
you
Jovian.
time it just right, the
Yeah.
force of the airlock that you leave depressurizing will propel you towards the ship and add to your velocity.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Okay.
I like it.
So basically dynamic entry into the bridge.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, Burke. You don't have to make a roll for the space check, but this would normally be a very, very hard roll. So basically, you can make a free fall check, Burke, without any penalty. So give me a free fall check.
Add a point of vigor.
Sure.
All right.
Could I assist him with the timing for a +10?
I don't know how. I mean, it's a physical thing.
Pilot spacecraft. I mean, it's maneuvers in 0G.
Well, it's free fall. I mean, it's not. He's doesn't have any independent power. He's just pushing off.
Decompression, yeah.
Did you make it, Burke?
12 under 70.
All right, with a 12 under 7, yeah. Dynamic entry. Your armor protects
Trash.
you as you bounce in. Yeah, you have you're on the bridge. Good job. You can everything's locked up, but you can shredder the door open if you want to, or you can try and hack it.
I want to infosec in, and I imagine since these are Jovians, they have turrets inside.
There's none in the bridge, but there's probably one behind the bridge in the cargo room.
I more meant like security on the ship.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, you're not an expert in Jovians, but I mean, they are armed, paranoid military factions.
Yeah,
so.
it's a military ship. I'd expect they have something.
Yeah.
Could I infosec in and try to take control of the ship's defenses to use against the Jovians if there are any Jovians in there?
Sure. You have time. You're just sitting in this, space bridge, programming, plugging into it. So yeah, you can make a base check.
That I could definitely help you with.
Because you said programming.
Sorry, yeah. You're just hacking. Sorry.
Okay. Well, then I guess I'll use infosec, add a point of flex.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 16 under, what is that? 70.
Okay. They got a 68 under 70 because it's a military ship. So they beat it because it's an opposed check, and then they start counter hacking you. So go ahead and give me an infosec check. Oh, they fail that though. So yeah, they try and hack you. They try and hack
help there, Burke?
Yeah.
I upload myself to Burke's mesh inserts to a system.
Okay.
So I crash your Muse. Sorry about that. Because it can't run both of us at the same time.
Yeah. All right, you get one more. You can try again.
I'll add my assist.
Mm-hmm.
Want to use some flex on that?
Well, actually,
assistants can't use flex on this.
Actually, if Burke is hacking, can I just run his firewalls?
To defend him against things?
Yeah.
If he gets hacked, I mean, if you can only get hacked if you fail your roll. That's the penalty. So you can try as many times as you want, but every time you try and fail, like they'll try and hack you right back.
All right. Well,
assist me on this, and I'll use another point of flex.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll assist on this.
Okay.
Makes my target 80. 77 out of 80.
Oh,
wow.
All right, they do not get a crit. So yeah, you're in. You're an admin now. You find there's a piece of you look at the bottom of the console and there's a little sticky note that says password. Reagan rules. No, it's Reaganomics. Reaganomics 1. So you type that in, you have admin access.
Let's take control of those turrets and implement some trickle down murder.
All right. So with admin access, you're able to view the cameras. You can see the container itself. Unfortunately, there is a person in combat armor in looking at the container and kind of like sort of stroking it.
Does he have magnetized boots?
He looks like it. He's standing in its 0G. Yeah. And he has some kind of weird weapon. Another one of those weird plasma weapons.
Are there any security turrets mounted in the ship's hold then?
Yeah.
I would say open
Roast
up.
them?
Well, the turrets are not finely calibrated weapons, so they could pierce the cargo container if they missed.
Let's not risk it. Let's use a finer approach, a scalpel, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
We'll hold the turrets in reserve if we need them. Okay. So
Let's
he's just stroking the container, right?
For now.
Okay.
Sorry.
This concerns me.
Mm-hmm.
Deeply concerned.
As he's stroking it, he then decides to go to the access panel for it. And starts. Oh
god, okay, we gotta get in there.
Let's blow out the wall behind him with the turret.
Okay. To space it. All right. He's wearing full environmental combat armor, but that, yeah. So he would not be pulled out because he has magnetized boots, and he would not be.
No, the crate's probably too heavy to be pulled out, but it would distract him. At least.
It's locked in.
Yeah.
It is not compromised right now, but he is.
I mean, if he's about to open it, it might be worth it to just risk the. I mean, it's not a great idea, but having him open it and have whatever the hell completely released isn't what we want.
The worst idea. You have a point there. Yeah, you're not wrong. Maybe we should risk it.
I say we should risk it.
We have to do something. Let's take the risk.
Space the wall behind him.
Okay. You open, the cargo container or the cargo bay opens up, into atmosphere, vacuum. He starts accessing it faster.
Shoot
get him.
Shoot him.
All right. So you're Burke. You're coming in through the bridge. Who else is going in?
I'm not physically there, but
you can get your guardian angel with a submachine gun in if you want.
Yeah, guardian angel. Well, actually, no. The guardian angel is a rotocraft, so it can't operate in vacuum.
Okay.
I'm there in spirit.
Yeah. No, actually, you could fire. You could do single semi-auto fire with the turrets. Fire one bullet at a time and use your own fire. Do you have guns? 70? Yeah.
I have a little bit, yeah.
You could try and you could do aim shots.
Okay.
Yeah. So you could spend one action to aim and then to get a plus 30 to hit.
That's just pretty good.
Yeah. So
all right.
And then Pivo, how are you coming in?
Well, I mean, as far as I was aware, I was still on the ship.
You're on the chartered vessel. Yeah.
Does the ship have any weapons on it?
No, of course not.
Fair enough.
This is a ship that goes from Mars to various habitats in the main belt. It's a commercial vessel.
Okay.
If it gets the attacks in the main belt aren't that common, and mostly the passengers would be expected. The people in it. I mean, the thing is, ships have fabric, so they can make weapons.
I mean, here's the thing, though. I mean, anyone who's read Larry Niven knows that this ship is a weapon. Just point the drive at it.
Yeah, I was sort of thinking that I'd stay in the ship so that I could potentially thrust or melt anything that got too nasty.
That is kind of almost literally a nuclear option.
People, you can actually do some sort of check to analyze it now that you have access to the Jovian ship sensors.
Analyze the
Titan. You have Titan interest.
Yes, I do. Okay.
Hey.
All right. Yeah. So you can analyze it and then Burke can fight him. So.
It should be fine.
It's totally heating up is going to be fine. That's not going to hurt it at all. Actually, no, 99. You suddenly have you just like, oh god, it's a headhunter. It's coming to get you. Give me a will times 3 save.
Okay. I failed that.
All right. Well, you take two lucidity, 2 stress from that as you were freaking out a little bit. So Bert, go and roll initiative.
All right.
Oof.
That'll be a 12.
I guess I should roll initiative too, since I'm bringing the turrets. Oh boy.
Yeah. So with a 12, you're tied with him. So he is going to you burst into the door at the same time as he is frantically working. The container starts opening up.
Can I throw a point of vigor on that?
To go first?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, you go first. What are you gonna do?
Well, it's worked in the past.
So you're a little outside of point blank range. If you make a free fall check, you can shoot while you free fall towards him for an additional +10 to hit and +1d10 to damage. But if you fail your free fall check, you'll be bounce off a wall and have a -30 to hit. So,
All right, I'll give that a shot.
all right.
55 on free fall. My free fall is 50, so crit fail.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Yeah, you let go. You bounce off a wall so hard you let go of your weapon. And start heading face first into the container as it opens up.
Right?
Yeah. The what?
And I've lost my shredder, right?
Yeah, you've lost your shredder.
It goes drifting into space.
Yeah. So yeah, you brush up against a Titan's tech itself. Give me a will times 3 save. Oh god, I'm infected.
Crit fail again.
Okay. You take 6 stress. That's probably a trauma for you.
It makes 2 traumas.
All right, yep. You're not having a good day.
I feel like I should be rolling stress too, considering.
Yeah. At this
I'm
point.
just gonna go ahead and do that. That's a fail.
All right. You guys are doing so well. Wow. All right. Yeah, that's 6 lucidity.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
That's fine. My threshold's 8. I'm good.
Yep. Yeah, it's still good. It's still good. I don't suppose you have any vigor or to take more than one action. So you can take a quick aim action and then shoot for a +10, or you can do a full action aim for +30 and shoot next round.
I have 1 unspent point of flex that I can use to take a second action.
Actually, no, it's vigor only. Introduce
flex is a wild card. You can use it for any of them.
Yeah, but only for the basic things. Taking an extra action is a vigor only one.
That is unfortunate.
Actually, no. Do you have insight?
No.
Okay, well, there you go.
Yeah. It's fine. It's fine.
So you can go. You can take a guns check with a +10.
All right. Well, I guess I will spend the flex for an additional +20. So it's like I took an aim action.
Mm-hmm.
This is not going to be good odds, but it's better than nothing.
Mm-hmm.
On a 45. Nope, that's a 71 on 45.
Well, you see, you could use that flex to flip that.
Well, not anymore.
Oh, are you out of everything?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you miss. It's not a crit failure, so it doesn't hit the wrong thing. So
It's just a straight miss. So
Yep.
blam miss.
Mm-hmm. All right. So new round. Let's see here, Burke. You go first. You spin it to take the initiative. You're still in the ship itself. You're just bouncing off the walls and heading out of the ship because you spaced the cargo bay, so the cargo bay at the other end is open. Your fall. You can make a free fall check to catch yourself.
I'll do that. 10.
Okay.
Yes.
You catch yourself. You either try and grab the shredder, which is also bouncing off and heading out, or you could propel yourself and make an unarmed attack against the guy.
I'll do the unarmed attack.
Okay. I think it's just melee now. I don't think there's a separate unarmed. Yeah.
Which I have at 70.
Mm-hmm.
15.
Okay. Yeah.
With the claws.
Oh, okay.
Give him the claws.
Which is 2d6. I have muscle augmentation, which adds a d6, and I'd like to throw my last vigor in there.
Mm-hmm.
Never mind. It doesn't actually do anything for that.
Well, you can make it a superior success for an additional D6.
All right, I'll do that.
Yeah. All right, go ahead and roll damage. Actually, you know what? I'll say with that you can make it an armor defeating, so it has his armor because he's wearing heavy combat armor, or he's wearing combat armor. So
I'll happily trade a D6 out for that.
all right.
So 6, 6, 2, total of 14.
14. All right, you stab him, and more importantly, you knock him away from the container, or you get in between him and the container. At least I imagine you're doing that because you know the whole thing that he was going to do is probably really bad. All right, so he is going to try and free fall away from you and then take a shot at you with his rifle. Let's see here. 7. He does push away, and then he is going to fire at you as he's pushing away, and that will hit you with a 12, unless you can fray. So take your fray skill, have it, and if you roll over 12 but under half, you dodge it.
So I got a target of 40. That's a 91. It's a fail.
All right. If you have any vigor left over, you could flip that to a 19 and succeed, or you can just take the damage.
I'll take it for now. I got an idea
All
for that vigor.
Sure. You take a particle beam bolter, and that hits you for 3d10 plus 6 damage.
Sounds like I should have flipped it.
Yeah, weird. So that is 19 damage. What is your energy armor?
My energy armor is 16.
16. Okay, so you only take 3 points of damage, but it does have knockdown as a special rule. So go ahead and give me another free fall check to avoid getting your ass knocked away.
59, fail.
Fail. All right. So let's see here. Oh no, you can It says it's a melee special. All right, so grappled victims must make a melee check. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, you are pushed. You were not. You're not critically failed. So you hold on to your shredder, but you were knocked out of the ship. Let's see here. And that is something I'll do. Okay. Now you can roll. Samdi, you can attack.
All right. I'm gonna actually take an action to aim because my odds of hitting at base are not good.
Okay. So
I'm
plus
firing
30.
target.
All right, new round. Burke, you're outside of the ship. You're heading towards the cargo bay. The dock.
Is there any way I can help him? I'm in sort of another ship outside.
Yeah, you could have been doing something last couple of rounds. What you could have gotten out of the airlock by now.
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I mean,
All right. So you can make a free fall check to get to the cargo bay or the docks, and if you have a ranged weapon, you get a line of sight on the Jovian.
I just have a pistol. I mean, is there any way I could could I like jump back in and help him back in the ship?
I mean, a pistol can do full auto, so with one hit, you get plus 30 to hit, plus 20 to hit, or plus 2d10 damage.
Well, sure. Okay. I mean, yeah, sure. I'll come jump in. I'll jump in the battle. So,
all right, give me a free fall check.
Free fall. Nope.
Okay. Did you critically fail?
I did not.
All right. So, yeah, you are hit the roof of the dock, and you kind of bounce off of that. And you grab on, so you don't go. It's not a crit fail, so you're not flying into space, but you don't have a sight line on them, so you can't. You don't really get you can't. Yeah, you can't really do anything.
All right, I'll chill here.
Yep. Well, yeah, as you kind of boonk. Yeah. So he is going to shoot again. No, Bert goes first. So Burke, go ahead and give me a roll if you want to. You could you still have a sight line on him as you were just knocked out of the ship. So you can make a standard attack. You're not on point blank anymore.
All right. You said I regained the shredder.
Yeah.
All right, let's just.
Oh yeah. No, sorry, you didn't regain the shredder because that wasn't your action last round. It is floating by you. You with a free fall check, you could grab it and shoot at him this round. Yeah.
I'll just pull out the medium pistol and start shooting with that, since that's also on my person.
All right. Are you semi-auto, burst fire, full auto?
Let's go full auto, and let's add a. Can I add a vigor to that?
Yeah, and then you can do the full auto for
Stack
damage.
those modifiers.
Full auto for damage. Yep. So target of 85, 50.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Unless he gets a crit, he can't dodge that. He does not dodge that, so that would be 40-10 damage.
Plus 6, right?
No, because it's a pistol. The shredder. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, no worries. No worries.
27.
27. All right. He has armor on, which absorbs some of it, but he's definitely bleeding. His armor is punctured. And let's see if he is knocked back, because a lot of bullets hit him. He does make his check, so he is not knocked back. So let's see. He took 11. He took 3, 14 plus 8. 14 plus 8, 22. Yeah, he is close to dead. He is actually going to spend his action to reaching into the machine.
No.
He has 2 wounds, so he needs a 20 or less. He does not successfully activate it. But he'll have a bonus next time.
Oh no.
Yep. So Samdi, you got a shot.
My shot's lined up. I'm
Yep.
gonna fire. I
Yep.
hope I don't get a critical failure.
Yeah, that would be pretty hilarious.
Target number 45. 19 out of 45.
All right, he is aware of it, so he does get a fray check. But with a 95, he certainly does not. Yeah, you kill him. Good job.
Blam blam.
So the 3 of you managed to you can have the container go back and seal itself. You hope nothing happens.
Can we seal the container and then put it inside a bigger container?
Well, I mean, the ship is a container, basically.
It's true, actually. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, you could seal up the ship.
Seal up the ship, yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
encased it in concrete like Chernobyl.
Yeah.
Base concrete.
Yes, sponcrete.
So yeah, with all this evidence, you can anonymously, the people of, No Warranty have no choice but to reveal that this happened. They found out about it. The sheriff takes credit for it. And that their sensors picked up on Titan weapon technology, or that, no, it was actually, for some reason they started shooting each other. They're not sure why. And they detected Titan weapon technology, and they found out from the remains of the ship's logs, which of course you basically had the evidence, you just framed them by putting it in there.
We planted it. Yeah,
you planted the real evidence in the wrong place. So all the Chrome
Region, some random commenters like, I know Gensec, they're a direct action subsidiary.
Yep. And it's a huge scandal. Of course, you 3 need to fucking lay low for a while, because Direct Action and Jovian Republics and the Chrome Legion aren't happy with you if they can ever find out who you are.
I collect my money into cryptocurrency and ego cast to the Titanian Commonwealth.
Yeah, No Warranty is abandoned at that point. It's not safe for anybody anymore. No one wants a place that had a fucking tight, nothing. There's no exsurgent virus outbreak. There's nothing like that. But some weapons specialists from the Titanian Commonwealth came to disarm the Titan technology. It turned out to be an experimental reactor. Plasma reactor, something they talk about, it could have, someone was arming it to detonate. Would have been real bad. It would have been real quick for all of you.
Yeah.
So so that habitat's gone now. That's just abandoned. Eventually though, a group of ex-humans takes it over, or somebody takes it over and shoots anybody who tries to come near it.
What the innkeeper and sheriff end up doing? Because I did promise them I'd help them rebuild.
Well, after they get their share of the wealth, they decide to pull up stakes and go further out in the outer system, set up a new Brinker habitat.
I offer to help them. I didn't say
yeah.
for I'd help.
Yeah, with the credits they've earned, they have the resources to do that now. But no warranties has expired. The warranty has
The
expired.
warranties are nice.
So yeah, that ends. You guys robbed the Jovians. You stole their shit.
Yay.
Well, you blew it up, and you ruined and you killed a bunch of flats. Heavily armed psychotic.
We didn't really
flats.
rob the Jovians. We just kind of ruined their stuff and got rich as a result of it. But I'll take it.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, it was pretty hard to rob them. I guess you guys are too nice to want to steal their Titan shit and resell it.
I mean, when 2 out of the 3 of the group are too nice, the third can't necessarily.
It's not that I'm too nice. It's that wiping out human civilization is bad for business.
Too practical.
Too practical. Too
too nice.
consequentialist. Yeah.
Yeah, too consequentialist. So yeah, that's Eclipse Phase. Space crime. Very space
Yay.
crime. Questions, comments, suggestions. You guys have fun?
That was a fucking blast. This is the first time I played second edition. I like it a lot more than first edition. It is more streamlined.
Yeah.
I have my concerns, but I do really like it.
Yeah. Burke, any thoughts? Sorry, Brownie.
Brownie Burke.
I like the pools. I haven't played Eclipse Phase at all before, so this was a lot of fun.
Okay, cool. Daniel, any thoughts?
I mean, I don't have much to add. Like, I played a little bit of Eclipse Phase Edition 1, and I mean, the guy running it, he did his best, but there's a lot going on. Yeah, this seems way more streamlined, and I also had a lot of fun.
Cool. Great. I'm glad. Well, that ends this. So talk to you all later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.